She's a 5'6" senior. And at the other wing will be Taylor Cassett, who's a 5'7" senior. So for the Lady Thunderbirds, DeLong, Schlabs, Cassett, Fonseca, and Lilliadall. Again, some familiar names you are familiar with, except for, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong here, Nick, looking at the lineup, who didn't get a lot of playing time last year. No, actually, it's a pretty veteran team, huh?
Yeah, it certainly is. Again, Chinese coming into this contest. They are, as it stands right now, again, unbeaten at 6-0. Number 2 ranked in Class 4A here, again, just behind Cody, who's also 2 unbeaten at this point in time. Rock Springs, as you alluded to, 2-4. Rock Springs, that again, has had its struggles over the past couple of seasons over there on the Western Conference side. But again, at least this is a team that, again, still got to keep an eye out if you're Chinese to not play down to them. And again, for the East Side Lady Thunderbirds, they got a day with destiny, 3 more victories, and they tie for the longest win streak in Wyoming high school basketball history.
Lady Thunderbirds will be the visiting team in their home building. Lady Tigers in their home white with the orange numerals, black outline, a little striping of orange and white down the side for the Lady Thunderbirds. They're in their black uniforms. They'll have the white numerals with the powder blue outline and east across the front. But again, a veteran team with the addition of youngsters coming, from KRAE Junior High School. And again, these are freshman players that are making impacts right away for Eric Westland.
Yeah, certainly. Again, this is a team that's got a large target on its back. Again, all eyes across the entire state on this Chinese team of what they've been doing for the past couple of seasons. And again, the unbeaten streak that stands at 45 right now in a row, dating back to last year. That, again, this Eastside Thunderbirds, again, it's a team that just reloads year in and year out. And again, they're looking to make a statement here, part of this James Johnson Winter Classic starting up again. This is day 1, night 1 of 3 straight days of the action. Again, East, Central, and South host sites, along with Story Gymnasium, and also to Laramie. Again, as we'll be at East here tonight, South tomorrow night, and Central tomorrow afternoon.
Fonseca will be center circle. Official in my way where I can't see. And Emma Acey will be jumping for the Lady Tigers. Ball is up in the air, 8-minute quarters, and tap will come down into the hands of Schlabs. Schlabs will send it back out. Now back to Schlabs from the wing, a long-range 3. That won't go. I guess the one thing I would kind of fear for the Lady Thunderbirds would be a little ring rust, Nick, more than anything. On the attack come the Lady Tigers. Anderson into the hands of Brewster. Brewster fires it over on the far side. Now back on top to Cassidy Webb. Webb on the near side. Dribble drive from Ace. And her shot is good. And again, she's a very strong young lady for the Lady Tigers.
And just like that, Rock Springs with the early 2-0 lead.
Schlabs on the far side will cross it over to Lilliadall. Lilliadall, Schlabs, far side. As the Lady Thunderbirds are now going left to right, across rated out. Long range 3 by Izzy DeLong. That is no good. Long rebound picked up by Schlabs. Schlabs underneath, crossing. Lilliadall left it short, but drew the foul. And again, she ran into some tall timber, but allowed the foul to take place, and I think that's going to be whistled against Sydney Harris.
Yeah, she'll pick up her first foul, team's first called against the Lady Tigers.
Bowden Lilliadall will be at the line. She'll be shooting a pair. First shot is good.
Again, we talk about this East Side team, again, unbeaten at 6-0. Can't forget that also, too, again, Laramie Lady Plainsmen 7-0. Cheyenne Central Lady Indians 6-0.
Lilliadall 80% from the free throw line as she connects on 1 of 2. It's a 2-1 score early on. They'll lob it down low to Harris. Harris waits for the traffic to go by, misses the first shot, gets her own rebound. That one trickles in. And you can see the height advantage right now coming into play for Rock Springs, but also you'll have to watch for the East High transition game. That's going to run those big kids down. Bad pass by DeLong, which is taken away by the Lady Tigers. Harris down low will draw the foul on Fonseca. Driving inside as Ilizana did not have a good positioning underneath, and that will send Sydney Harris to the line to shoot a pair.
First whistle call against Cheyenne East here in this ball game.
First shot on the way is no good. That is well off the mark. So Fonseca will come on out, and it'll be Jade Brown. Jade Brown is a 6'2" freshman. So a little bit of the diaper dandies now for the East High Lady Thunderbirds to come on in and add some spark underneath. Second shot is good by Harris, and it's a 5-2 score. Schlabs over to DeLong, near side, outside, near center court, drops on the bounce, over to Schlabs. Liljedahl lost the handle, and it's picked up by the Lady Tigers, and then Harris for the Tigers fires, loses the handle momentarily, but is grabbed by Brown, and Brown will pick up the
her
touch foul.
Her first, team second call against Cheyenne East.
Trying to get it down low, and bad pass taken away by Schlabs. Schlabs quickly down to Liljedahl, back to Schlabs, top of the key, far side. Liljedahl for a rainbow three off the back of the iron. That won't go. Tall Timber battling inside, and the Lady Thunderbirds come away with the rebound as they quickly keep it outside the arc. Schlabs now near center court. 5:40 left to go in period number 1 of the Taco John scoreboard. Playing catch with Liljedahl. Back over to Bowden. Bowden on the far side, now in between the loops to Schlabs, now to Liljedahl. DeLong on the far side. Back over to Schlabs in the corner. And a dribble drive along the baseline for Taylor Cassett, and she is fouled. So she will head to the line and shoot a pair.
Second whistle going against the Lady Tigers there. Stops the clock, 5:21. East trailing by 4. Get down 5-1 here early on in the first quarter.
The foul whistled on Cassidy Webb. First shot by Cassett is good.
Yeah, you talk about ring rust again. Both Rock Springs and Cheyenne East with the ring rust coming off of the Christmas break. Again, the only teams that were in action here in the state of Wyoming were pretty much Star Valley and again those Gillette schools.
Second shot also good. So the Lady Thunderbirds with 3 points, all on free throws. Yet another substitution, and they'll get a little bit bigger as Cassett comes on out, and Cashlyn Hawes, another freshman. She's 6 foot. Backcourt pressure applied by the Lady Thunderbirds as the Lady Tigers beat the press. And now we'll put it into play. Cassidy, check that. Taylor Cassett. Now that's Cassidy Webb. Bad pass taken away by Schlabs with the left hand. Off the glass and good.
And just like that, tie ball game.
And backcourt pressure again. This is where the Lady Thunderbirds stand up above the rest. Webb drives along the baseline on the bounce to Harris. In and out of her hands. And it's going to be overruled as one official on the side said it was going to be out to the Lady Tigers. And underneath, the one official said no, it's East High.
So the Lady Thunderbirds chance for their first lead on the ball game here.
5-5 our score. Liljedahl will walk it down. 4:40 to go here in the period.
And last time the Lady Thunderbirds were in action was about mid-December down at the Power to Play Center.
DeLong down low. Ball tapped away and then taken away. Nice job by Webb as she snuck in on Haas, and it will be a jump ball. This time it will be out. Possession arrow in favor of the Lady Tigers. Again, how about this East High backcourt pressure? They do not want you to go anywhere. And again, the ball taken away. Jade Brown lays it off the glass. And good. The freshman ended with the basketball. And then another takeaway. And I think that's Brown again, back to back. Jade Brown sightings.
How about 4 points in a matter of about 2 seconds?
Now we're going to get another whistle in the backcourt, and I think stepping on the side were the Lady Tigers. Webb had lost the focus from the blue and the black line.
All the momentum right now with the Lady Thunderbirds.
Inbounds will come to DeLong. Over to Liljedahl. Inside they go to Haas. Haas tried to throw it up from short range. Couldn't get it go. Gets her own rebound. Misses the shot. Ends up in the hands of Liljedahl. Now to DeLong. She drives inside. Throws one off the back of the arm. Gets her own rebound. How about East manning the offensive boards right now? To Brown. Brown grabbed inside or outside. And she will be fouled by Ashley Anderson. That will be her first. Team's third.
Stop the clock at 3:46. Again, East up by 4 And those 4 quick points in a matter of seconds on just turnovers by Rock Springs.
Lilliedal back over to Schlabs. Schlabs in between the loops. Couple of dribbles, terminates. Lilliedal far side, now to Brown in the corner. Back over to Lilliedal, outside the angle. Crosses it into the corner. DeLong, Schlabs, back to Lilliedal for 3. Bang! So Bowden hitting the tray. She has 4 here in the quarter, and the East High lead now is 7. And again, we're going to get a reach-in foul on DeLong. Coming over the timeline, just barely getting over the timeline was Brewster.
3rd team foul called against Cheyenne East. Both teams even with 3 here so far in the first quarter.
Right in front of us, it will be Ashley Anderson to trigger it in. We're just past midcourt. You're on more midcourt than I am. I'm a little to the left of it. Anderson. Back on top they go to Emma Ase. Down low to Harris. Harris trying to get inside, can't do so, and travels with it. And again, the East High triple team defense, they weren't big, but they sure provided a lot of problems. We'll see into the lineup right now is Peyton Hall. She's a 5'7" freshman. So we have 2 freshmen on the floor again as Jade Brown sat down. And we'll see Fonseca back in for East.
For the Lady Tigers, turnovers really mounting up here in the first. Cheyenne East taking advantage of it, again equating to points, and again the lead.
Schlabs into the corner to Hall, back to Schlabs, far side. Lilliedal pirouettes around, gets it to Schlabs. Hall in the corner, near side. Dumps it back out on top. Lilliedal, now Fonseca, baseline jumper, good. From about 17.
We're having a timeout called by Rock Springs.
Yeah, East on a heck of a run right now. 14-5 our score with 2:31 left to go in quarter number 1. Thunderbirds leading 14-5. Back after a 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
All the Taco Tuesday excitement at Taco John's can really start to mix things up. Just look at these delicious simmering Tuesdays. And on this taco, Tuesdays are only $1.19. See you on taco at Tuesday John's. Oh, whoops, Taco John's.
Hey guys. He's not wearing anything.
What? Hi, I'd like to order a hot chocolate, please. What? Are you...
Tie basketball after a 5-second couldn't get the ball in turnover. And the Lady Thunderbirds with the basketball attacking the rim to our right. Lilliedal over to Hall. Schlabs on the wing, near side, down low to Fonseca, back out to Schlabs. Lock and load, bang! And a Brady Schlabs tray, holy cow. Lady T-Birds up 17-5, a drive inside. Nice underhand layup by, looked like that was by AC.
First basket in quite some time for Rock Springs, still trail by 10. Cheyenne East up big.
Schlabs. Crossing it over to Hall. Now in the corner they go to Lilliedal. Back out to Schlabs. Far side, now back into the corner. They go to Lilliedal. She fires it over to Schlabs in the corner. To Cassett, who's checked back in. Schlabs. Fonseca on the high block. Sends it over in the corner. Long range three by Lilliedal. Oh my, it's good. Back-to-back trays for Bowden and a 13-point advantage with $1:15 to go. Again, breaking the press. This time this should be easy money, and Asa will get it into the hoop. She's got a half dozen.
20-9 advantage Cheyenne East. Just about a minute remaining here in the first.
Good job by Coach Candelaria to call the timeout. Now they're finding ways to bust the press and get some easy hoops. Driving inside is Cassett. She will be fouled and head to the stripe for 2.
So that'll be the 4th whistle called against Lady Tigers. Stops the clock, 55.4 seconds remain here in the first. And again, a first quarter that saw a slow Cheyenne start, but now have come alive and come on fire.
First shot by Cassett is good. No, missed it.
Got a little too ahead of yourself there.
Yeah, it looked like it was headed in. I do want to mention the foul was listed against Baraboo, who has checked in. Vera Bernabeu, that is Vera Bernabeu. She's a 5'9" freshman. Check that, junior. Second shot is good. And quickly, busted the press, getting it on down are the Lady Tigers. Bernabeu in between the loops. East man-on-man defense. Hall back, check that, Jade Brown back in, and she steals the pass into the hands of DeLong, and a long lead pass that is out of the reach of Ariana Booth, 5'6" junior, who has checked in, and East with a rare turnover. Again, backcourt pressure. Brewster gets it over to Ace, now to Bernabeu, far side. As they go on top to Anderson. Anderson, near side to Bernabeu. Down low, they get it in, and having her pocket almost picked was Brewster as DeLong knocks it out. 18.6 seconds go. East High lead is a dozen at 21-9. Anderson. And again, DeLong knocks it away from Webb.
Ball will still stay with Rock Springs here.
So Anderson will try it again. Gets it inside to Brewster. Brewster being harassed in the paint. Kicks it back out as they'll swing it around. Bernabeu on the angle with 8 seconds left. Drives along the baseline. Loses the handle momentarily. Throws it out on top for Anderson for a 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Battle for the rebound. Loose, and it will not be picked up. After 1, Lady Thunderbirds 21, Lady Tigers 9 back after a 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Don't fumble with your family dinner tonight. Score extra points at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is wired for football season and with a menu that won't penalize your pocketbook. Two Doors Down menu selections are perfect for the active family. From gourmet burgers and bottomless fries to soups and salads to the all-new platters. And of course, your favorite beverages. Tackle your family's cravings tonight at Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. For full menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, flippin' great burgers since 2009.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971, Burns Insurance is Wyoming's right choice for your insurance needs. Burns Insurance is a trusted choice, full-service, independent insurance agency offering a full range of commercial, agricultural, and personal insurance products through many national and regional carriers. Let our friendly, experienced agents help you find the right product at the right price for your asset protection. Buy the policy, get the agent at Burns Insurance, your right choice. Find Burns Insurance on Facebook or at burnsia.com.
2, Lady Thunderbirds right in front of us will be triggering in. Lillian will get it into Schlabs. Also on the floor is Fonseca, Izzy DeLong, and Cassett, the starting 5 for Cheyenne East. How about Lillian's three-point attempt blocked, loose on the floor. It's a scrum. Ball comes out, and what do we got? Jump ball. As DeLong comes from the bottom of the pile, her and Anderson tie up. It will be out to the Lady Tigers, but Lillian from the wing on the far side had her shot blocked. Breaking the press again with a long down-court passes. Nice job there. How about Fonseca? And if it wasn't for Fonseca going body to body with Bernabeu, that would have been a nice block, Nick. Bernabeu hits the floor hard.
Instead on that, it was full body contact, so that'll be the 14th foul call against Cheyenne East. Both teams with 4 fouls apiece here in the first half.
Second on Fonseca, so Vera Bernabeu will be at the line. She'll be shooting a pair. Looking for the first points of quarter number 2. That one rattles around and falls in. Brown will come back in, Jade Brown, the freshman. We'll see stepping out for the Lady Tigers, and we'll be calling a lot of different names. Asa will come on out. because, again, you got to get all the ladies back into shape as well as the guys. Second shot is no good. Brown mistimed her jump, but luckily so did Harris, and she'll come away with the basketball. Brown will if she tracks it down. Cassett now to Long. DeLong finds Schlabs over on the far side, drives inside, that's cut off, and then rotates around to the top of the key. With the right hand, now hands it over to Cassett. Cassett in the lane, sends it off to Liljedahl. Liljedahl tried to drive inside, forces herself in, can't get the shot to go as she hits the deck. Rebound pulled down by the Lady Tigers, and DeLong knocks it away from Brewster. So it will be out to the Lady Tigers.
Stops clock, 7:07 remaining here before halftime.
Anderson to Bernabeu.
Get doubleheader action here. Rock Springs taking on Cheyenne East.
Brewster crosses over, near side on the wing. Back on top to Bernabeu. And off the shoe, losing it off her shoe, being harassed is Brewster, and she'll turn it over quickly down court. Schlabs, a nice lob pass to Brown with the left hand, misses the first shot. Turn around with the right hand, can't get it to go. Rebound hauled in by Anderson for the Lady Tigers. Quickly to Bernabeu, now to Harris, who's checked back in. Harris with that big body on Brown, hold everything, and I think Brown had got her hand on the ball to force the jump ball, and it'll be out to the Lady Thunderbirds.
So we'll see substitutions come on in for the Lady Tigers.
A bunch of them.
As you're listening to today's contest, 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com on the audio side. Video live streaming as we do on the 1480 KRAE YouTube channel.
Lady Thunderbirds with a slow start here in the quarter, have yet to score. Schlabs, Brady with a drive inside, then kicks it back out to Izzy DeLong for three. That one skims off the rim, hauled in by Webb. Webb has her pass blocked and then taken away in the backcourt by DeLong. DeLong with the left hand, and it's blocked out of bounds by Webb. Nice job to get back and block DeLong's possible layup.
Still 11-point advantage here for Cheyenne East, who inbounds the basketball.
Schlabs inbounds it to Liljedahl for the three from the corner. That's no good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Schlabs. Near side. On top they go to DeLong. DeLong, Cassidy. Inside they go to Schlabs. Her shot partially blocked by Ace. And it'll be out to the Lady Thunderbirds. Liljedahl left of the cylinder to bring it in. Gets it into Brown, but nice job stepping in front of it was Webb. And here come the Lady Tigers quickly on the run. Ace with the basketball. Right hand dribble, looking for some help. Gets it from Anderson on the far side outside. Left hand. Couple of dribbles, terminates it, gets it over to Webb. Webb takes it around the far side. Ace almost lost it on the east high bench. Now they get it to Harris. Bernabeu in the corner, long range three. That's an air ball that ends up in the hands of Brown. Anderson missing from long range. Schlabs. DeLong on top. Takes the dribble drive inside, kicks it out to Cassett. To Liljedahl. Liljedahl almost had the pass taken away. Trying to get past and inside, and then dumps it back to Schlabs. Schlabs to DeLong. DeLong with the left hand. Throws one up. Might have been partially blocked as Brown was there tiptoeing along the baseline and steps out.
As both teams have been held scoreless for quite some time here in the second quarter, it's been a big defensive battle.
Haas will come back in for Cheyenne East along with Peyton Hall.
4:51 remaining before halftime, 21-10 advantage Cheyenne East.
Backcourt pressure applied by the Lady Thunderbirds. Bad pass by Bernabeu as Hall comes away with it. Hall to Haas. Liljedahl crosses it over Schlabs, wide open the corner for a three. In and out. Rebound pulled down by DeLong. Drops it into the hands of Haas, and she will kiss it off the window from short range. Cashlyn Haas with the first points for the Lady Thunderbirds, and we only had 3 points here in the quarter. Webb pushing it down quickly for the Lady Tigers on a high dribble. Bernabeu gets away from Schlabs, looking for his own help. Has her pocket picked inside. Who comes away with it? It will be Haas, and Bernabeu knocks it away, and it'll be out to the Lady Thunderbirds. A lot of action here in quarter number 2, but very few points.
Yeah, not a whole lot of offensive action. It's been more on the defensive side, and give credit to Cheyenne East. Again, this Lady Thunderbirds team very stingy and not allowing anything on the inside for Rock Springs. Still have the 13-point advantage.
Ariana Booth will come in for DeLong. You know, again, I don't think Schlabs or Lilliedal have even sat down yet. They've been out there for the full 12 minutes.
They were the workhorses last season for Coach Wessling. Again, their pursuit for a state championship, which again they got for Class 4A, looking to repeat again.
Lilliedal driving inside, but being hand checked as she got past. I do believe that is going to be on Ace.
Fifth whistle called against the Lady Tigers.
So for Ace, that is her first. It'll be out to Lady Thunderbirds. Hall, the freshman, kicks it in the corner to Booth. Booth takes it out on top to Schlabs. Schlabs with a dribble drive inside, pirouettes around, can't find anybody, hands it over to Lilliedal, gets a screen from Schlabs. She drives inside, and again going through Harris and Ace, and the shot goes out of bounds. I think it might have been touched by Harris.
They'll stay with the Lady Thunderbirds. 3:41 remaining.
That was partially blocked. Inbounds to Haas from Schlabs. It is no good. Haas gets her own rebound, but did not cover up, and sneaking in is Brewster. So it will be out to the Lady Tigers. Again,
another jump ball. Possession arrow favor Rock Springs.
It's a fun quarter, but not a scoring quarter. Down court, Ace being harassed, double team by Cheyenne East, and she will travel with it. She had Booth along with, it looked like Hall in her back pocket.
There's a foul called against Cheyenne East on that one, their 15th foul.
So they will call that one on Peyton Hall.
She'll pick up her first foul.
Another Lady Tiger making her first appearance, Janessa Hansen, 5'7" junior. She gives it off to Bernabeu. Bernabeu caught up along the baseline, loses the handle, ends up in the hands of Lilliedal. Lilliedal to Schlabs at the backcourt with 3:15 left to go in the first half. Hall, far side, hands it back over to Schlabs. Down low they go to Haas. Haas, turnaround good. Little 4-footer, dumps it in, and Cashton Haas with 4 off the bench. Ace, right in front of us near center court. Now we'll go in between the rings. Passes it off to Bernabeu. Bernabeu with the left hand. She wants to get inside. She can do so, hold everything. And she will palm it, yeah.
Carry call against Rock Springs. Where right now Cheyenne East has a 15-point advantage, 2:47 remaining before halftime. More subs in for both squads.
Sitting down for the first time is Schlabs, as Izzy DeLong comes back in. Also, we'll see Jade Brown in. She comes in for Booth. So Lilliedal directing traffic. 2:40 left to go here in the first half. Dumps it into the lap of Brown. Brown to Hall. The freshman spin around move. Has it blocked. She hits the floor. Nice job by Webb on the block, and she'll come down the rebound. Throw it in the backcourt. Brewster comes away with it. Ella finds Anderson on the near side. As they keep it outside, Anderson in the corner. They go to Ace. Ace comes around all the way around, then finds Anderson far side. Then to Webb. Webb losing the handle momentarily, finds Brewster. Brewster gets inside and will be fouled. And again, good job by Jade Brown, but what did she do? She left her feet.
And every single time, once you do that, again, you're going to get whistled. And that will be the situation. 16 foul called against Cheyenne East.
That'll send Ella Brewster to the line. She's looking for her first points of the night. And still looking with $1:55 to go. So Schlabs, a very short break, will come back in. Cassett will come back in. Haas, along with Hall, stepping out.
As Rock Springs has been stuck at 10 points here in the second quarter for quite some time, for majority of the quarter, I should say.
Yeah, they're 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Now make it 1 of 4. Ball loose on the floor, and Schlabs will have it knocked away by Brewster, so it will be out to East. as DeLong, right in front of the cheerleaders, will bring it into Louisville with $1:50 to go. East leading 25-10. East led after one, 21-9. You can tell by that, not a lot of scoring here in quarter number 2. Louisville in the corner, Schlab, she's a square for the 3. That one rimmed out, 360. And Brown came down the rebound, tried to put it back, couldn't get it to go. Rebound into the hands of Ace. Anderson, Brewster, and then they get it over to Ace on the far side and has it knocked away by Izzy DeLong. You can see DeLong she's just a pest.
Yeah. Looked like a lot of contact on that previous play inside against Brown for Cheyenne East, but no call. Rock Springs with the ball inbounding here.
Inbounds will come to Webb. Webb wasn't expecting it. Back to Anderson with 1:15 to go. Anderson outside, wanted to get inside, now has to dump it over to Webb. Ace on the near side now. Webb. Anderson will reload the offense. Brewster outside on the far side. On a bounce over to Ace, under a minute to play here in the first half. Anderson down low, they go to Brewster. Brewster to Ace. Ace tried to force one down low, knocked away and sneaking in and grabbing the jump ball. Guess who? Izzy DeLong. And it'll be out to East.
Another jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Cheyenne East. 47.6 seconds remaining here in the half.
Again, she's 5'7" and 5'6". She kind of flies under the radar. You better keep your eye on Izzy DeLong because she can pick your pocket in a hurry.
She's one of many talent, a part of this Lady Thunderbirds team. Again, number 2 ranked in the Class 4A.
Ball that goes off, it looked like it went off the thigh of Brown, but I think it was last touched by Harris, and it'll be out to the Lady Thunderbirds. Haas will come back in.
A multitude of reasons why the Cheyenne East team, defending 4A state champs, on a 45-game winning streak.
Inbounds will come to cast it back over to DeLong, on top to Schlab's far side. Lilliadall as they stay outside the arc. Down low, wide open is Cassidy with a little running 2-footer from the baseline. East with a 27-10 lead and 12 seconds left to go here in the first half. Webb in between the rings, wanting to get inside, then has to kick it out on the wing. They do so to Brewster, back out to Webb, and no time left. Did not have good clock management, were the Lady Tigers in that last sequence. At halftime, East leads 27-10. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
30 years of service and care for Cheyenne and the surrounding area continues at Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service. Hi, this is Larry Proietti for cars in downtown Cheyenne. This is the only place I take my vehicle for service, be it just an oil change, timing belt, checking on my heating air conditioning unit, and even to replace a burnt-out brake light bulb or worn-out windshield wipers. John and the staff are there to take care of most minor repairs. John is even a TechNet professional. What does that mean to you? He's one of the best when it comes to servicing your car or truck. Check out TechNetProfessional.com today. Open Monday through Friday at 604 West Lincoln Way, or call Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service for an appointment at 632-0498. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range across from Powers Field is a proud sponsor of our high school and LCCC student athletes. Chick-fil-A always offers 2 convenient drive-through lanes to pick up your order if you are on the go. Plus, they have an excellent dining room for the whole family. And remember to order ahead. Use the Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Stop into Chick-fil-A today, open Monday through Saturday, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your home for the real chicken sandwich taste. Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range.
Wisdom, expertise, compassion, qualities that are the foundation of Cheyenne Urological, with their experienced doctors and their highly trained staff providing top-quality treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. You can trust Cheyenne Urological to give you the highest quality urinary care. Now offering the latest in robotic surgery, call Cheyenne Urological at 635-4131. That's 635-4131.
Larry Proietti for Cheyenne Pack and Ship. Remember, Jeff and his expert crew will make sure your package is prepared with the most professional care and will arrive to its destination on time. Cheyenne Pack and Ship offers many other specialty services as well, including private mailboxes, notary services, fax, email, copy services, and courier services. Big or small, they pack and ship it all. Cheyenne Pack and Chip at 3901 East Pershing Boulevard. Call for more information at 307-632-9600.
Cheyenne Lady Thunderbirds lead at the break, 27-10. We were hoping to talk to Rusty Horsley. We grabbed him before the game, said, hey, come on by and see us halftime, but evidently he's on the milk carton right now. So with that being said, let's run down the first half stats. Second quarter was real easy to accumulate, but I'll tell you what, for the East High Lady Thunderbirds, an impressive first quarter after a slow start. Lady Thunderbirds put up 21 and 6 in quarter number 2 for their 27. For the Lady Tigers, they had 9 points in quarter number 1. And remember too, Nick, they were leading at one time with about 5-2, 5-3.
Yeah,
then
very
the
early
East
on.
went off on an impressive run. Anyway, for the Lady Tigers, 9 in quarter number 1, 1 in quarter number 2. Leading scorer is Emma Ace. She has a half dozen. 3 points for Sydney Harris and 1 point for Vera Bernabeu for the Lady Tigers. For Cheyenne East in the first half, and they know how to move it around. Brady Schlabs has 4 points for Cashman Hawes off the bench. Taylor Cassidy has 5 points. 2 points for Fonseca, 7 points for Lillian. That was all in the first quarter, and 4 points off the bench for Jade Brown. So again, our first look, Nick, of the Lady Thunderbirds. And again, we got to see 3 straight games of the Lady Indians where A, they were shorthanded, and B, they were a little injured. But you look at the defending state champion, East High Lady Thunderbirds, and again, it doesn't matter how big the team is. They can match up with anybody.
It's discipline, it's athleticism, it's, again, pretty much plain and simple. And again, here might be a controversial take, but again, a little homer as well, too. That basketball is pretty healthy in the southeast quadrant on the girls' side, and I would say even the boys as well, too. Again, especially on the girls' side, again, we have 3 unbeatens with Laramie East and Central. Cheyenne South on the girls' side, again, developing under Coach Epler. But again, right now, that all eyes are within here, especially with Cheyenne East, number 2 team, unbeaten at 6-0. Again, just right behind that Cody Lady Bronx team that, again, Cheyenne East met last year in the state title game and eventually beat that team. So for Cheyenne East, so again, this Lady Thunderbirds team, they're all as advertised, as we've talked plenty with head coach Eric Wesley, that this team, again, very good on the defensive side, good at converting turnovers into points. And again, let's make point of that as well too, especially on this side of the, at least on the right-hand side of the court, where again, a 4-point play in about a matter of 2 seconds just off of Rock Springs turnovers. This team, when they smell blood in the water, they go right for it. And again, give credit to Cheyenne East. It's a talented bunch. And again, lead 27-10 over Rock Springs.
Well, one of the nice things for us to sit down at this tournament again will be at Cheyenne South tomorrow, as they will have the Green River Wolves and Lady Wolves will have both boys and girls action. Then we head back over to Central. So we kind of have an advantage with Central, seeing them 3 games before the break, boys and girls. And again, you know, watching Central boys action, as you mentioned, we're going to have a lot of fun calling high school hoops this year, because I think, at least in our quadrant, and Laramie, to my opinion, kind of slipped a little bit in that loss against the Fort Collins Lampkins. But again, with East and Central, and you never know with South, but again, our quadrant on the boys' side is going to be a lot of fun to watch, and again, looking forward to seeing the Thunderbirds on the floor.
That's what I just mentioned, that again, basketball is pretty healthy in this part of the world. And again, we'll even look down to the lower classification, Class 2A. Again, look what Pine Bluffs is doing on both the boys and girls side out there. Again, they are looking to get back in that state tournament and get some state championship hardware, as the guys did on the football side earlier in Class 1A, 9-man with the Pine Bluffs Hornets. But yes, you mentioned Cheyenne South. We will be there coming up tomorrow. At least night 6 and 7:30 will be the start, at least tentative start times for girls action and boys action, as Cheyenne South, they'll play host to the Green River Wolves. Our first opportunity to see the Wolves and Lady Wolves. And again, Green River, that was kind of one of those teams that was at the top last year of the West, especially on the girls side. Again, they've kind of a little up and down again. You're not sure what to make of that Green River team. South on the girls' side again, they're developing throughout the season. They've had some close contests, and same with the guys under new head coach Chad DeBryant. It's a developing team. We'll see what Cheyenne South can get it done tomorrow again at Fighting Bison Gymnasium. We will have both of those games here live on 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com on the audio side, and video live streaming as we do on the 1480 KRAE YouTube channel.
All right, well, we're going to pay some bills. Unfortunately, we will not get head coach Rusty Horsley in on our halftime show. We'll have that discussion with him on the postgame, huh? But Eric Westling has told us he will be joining us at halftime of our boys' game with our postgame show. So we'll see if that all pans out. I think there's some good food in the media room. That's why nobody wants to hang around. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, at the intermission. Lady T-Birds lead 27-10. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
At the Cheyenne Regional Heart and Vascular Institute, you're welcomed with the warmth of a community hospital and cared for with help from the most advanced technology in the industry. With our full spectrum of in-house heart services and procedures, you can get the treatment you need, recover, and get right back out there, all while remaining close to home. Find out more at CheyenneRegional.org/heart.
Do you like to keep your deposits local while maximizing your returns? Come check out our top-tier rates at First Tier Bank, conveniently located on Stillwater Avenue and in the heart of downtown at 18th and Cary. We look forward to serving all your financial needs. Member FDIC. Visit Halliday Subaru in Cheyenne. At Halliday Subaru, you'll find one of the largest Subaru selections in Wyoming, always at low Halliday common sense prices, including the most popular Subaru models like Outback, Forester, and the Ascent. View lease and finance specials online at HallidaySubaru.com. Then visit Halliday Subaru, Westland Road, Motor City, Cheyenne. Experience the Halliday difference, the beginning of hassle-free driving.
Come see how the Halliday difference can make a big difference for you. The Halliday difference.
For nearly 30 years, family-owned and operated Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, has been serving our community with quality and customer satisfaction. It's a pretty simple drill. When you want it done right the first time, call Lennox Auto Body for an appointment at 307-634-6608. Lennox Auto Body at 1020 Dunn Avenue and the Auto Glass and Detail Center. Remember, it's not clean until it's Lennox clean at 617 East Pershing Boulevard.
Lennox Auto Body. No shortcuts, no compromise.
As we get ready for quarter number 3, Lady Thunderbirds and the Lady Tigers, as East leads 27-10. So let's see what team comes out here in quarter number 3, as we saw two different teams running for the Lady Thunderbirds. We saw an offensive juggernaut in quarter number 1. Quarter number 2, we saw a defensive stalwart team. We'll see how things pan out as we open up quarter number 3. It will be Fonseca, Lilliadal, Slabs, along with DeLong, as well as Cassett. Anderson in front of us, along with Harris, Brewster, Webb, and Ase. Inbounds will come to Webb, back to Anderson, now Webb as they're going left to right. Bad pass, taken away by Lilliadal. Underhand pass to Slabs. Slabs kicks it back out to Lilliadal, drive along the baseline, gets it inside to Fonseca, back out to Slabs for 3. Bang! And a trifecta.
Extends the lead now to 20 for Cheyenne East.
8 points for Brady Slabs. 7:33 on the Taco John scoreboard. Anderson on top. Brewster, far side. Into the hands of Webb, back to Brewster. Anderson, check that, Webb. Now to Anderson. Anderson will swing it out on top. East, man-on-man defense to open up the quarter. Harris, far side. Anderson will take the 3 and will drop it in.
First points in quite some time for the Lady Tigers.
So for Ashley Anderson, her three makes it a 30-13 score. Liljedal, Schlabs, DeLong, Liljedal far side, dumps it back, Cassett. Cassett drives inside with a running right hand, banks it off the glass, and good. So Taylor Cassett with 7 points. And in the backcourt, Schlabs almost came away with the steal. Ends up in the hands of Ace. Ace throws one up, a little off balance, misses the shot, but keeps it alive into the hands of Webb. Back to Ace, and she will draw the foul down low on Cassett.
First whistle going against Cheyenne East here in the second half. Stops the clock, 6:24 remaining here in the third.
At the line will be Emma Ace. She has a half dozen. First shot of the way is off the front of the iron, no good. From the free throw line, the Lady Tigers 2 of 6. 2 of 7 now. Second shot is also no good. Both of them, they were flat and just hit the front of the iron. Lay it all quickly down to Schlabs. Schlabs wanting to three, bypasses it, crosses it over to DeLong. Back on top of Schlabs for three, bang! And a Brady Schlabs tray makes it now a 35-13 score. Liljedal knocks it away, but Schlabs couldn't come away with it along the baseline. A dive for it. Boy, those two, you want to talk about pilfers, princesses of pilfer. Both of them were right there trying to knock that ball away from Ace. Inbounds will come to Webb, far side, on top they go to Brewster. Long range rainbow three, that won't go. Long rebound comes out to Ace. Ace back on top to Brewster. Brewster down low, a lead pass just off the fingertips of Ace and out. Turnover, back to the Lady Thunderbirds.
Chance for the Lady Thunderbirds to extend this large lead. Pretty much put Rock Springs out of it here early.
Liljedal slowing things down. Schlabs far side. Brady with the left hand, wanted to get inside, dumps it back out to DeLong. DeLong finds Cassett on the wing on the far side. On top they go to DeLong. DeLong running right hand, tried to bank it home, couldn't get it to go. And AC comes down the rebound with 5:18 left to go on the Taco John scoreboard. East leads 35-13. Larry Proietti, Nick Proietti courtside. As East leads the Lady Tigers. East looking to go 7-0 and improve that win streak to 46. And we'll get a travel call. Again, looking away from your intended target, and then you try to drive, and in the meantime, you forget to put the ball down on the floor. Ace travels with it.
And again, turnovers have mounted up very quickly and a plentiful here for Rock Springs in this contest. Again, the issue as well, too, for the Lady Tigers is that Cheyenne East, again, smelling that blood in the water, they're turning those turnovers into points.
Lady Thunderbirds, 8-3 here in the quarter over the Lady Tigers. Schlabs wanted to get inside. That's cut off. Kicks it back out to Liljedal. Nice pump fake and a running right hand. Good. Kind of had a little Steph Curry movement there. Bowden Liljedal with the bucket. 37-13. Made the big gal commit and then just put the afterburners on. Down low is Bernabeu, who's checked in, to Brewster. Brewster lost the handle and defensively kind of sagged off her, and Brewster with the easy hoop. 37-15. Liljedal. Inside they go to Fonseca. Fonseca turn around right hand, no good. Liljedal comes down the rebound quickly into the hands of Cassett. Back out to Schlabs for three. That one misses the mark. Cassett trying to reach inside for the rebound and will foul Brewster.
So it'll be the second whistle call against Cheyenne East. Brewster at least.
Diaper Dandy's coming back in. Brown along with Haas. Boy, you want to talk about having, well, Fonseca comes out. I would say they're going to have trio towers out there. So with 4 minutes to go, halfway through the period, Lady Thunderbirds up by 22. They led at the intermission, 27-10. Bernabeu, and we're going to get a push on Cheyenne East. I think that might be on Brown.
She will pick up the foul. That'll be team's third, her second. Fouls starting to mount up very quickly for the Lady Thunderbirds here.
Inbounds will come into the hands of Brewster. Brewster, Webb, Anderson, far side over to Bernabeu. Bernabeu with the left hand, terminates the dribble, underhands it over to Ace. Brewster, now Anderson. Anderson, as they have to stay outside, the Eastside Thunderbird defense will not let them go inside. Webb fires one into the corner for Brewster. Brewster on the wing. Has to send it back out on top again to Anderson. Now they'll reset the offense. Anderson at the high block. Turn around, her shot blocked. Ace shot blocked, and Haas comes down with it. Quickly to Liljedahl. Liljedahl again puts on the Jets, puts it up, in, push, count the bucket. So Bowden Liljedahl looking for the old-fashioned three.
We'll drive on the inside, at least gets it to fall. First foul called against Rock Springs here in the second half.
Emma Ace will be the one who, again, got caught flat-footed, but no disrespect to her. Liljedahl can just flat out fly.
As Ace will pick up her second foul.
And the old-fashioned three is a good one.
So how about 40-15 advantage Cheyenne East. 3:09 remaining here in the third.
Anderson over the timeline. Near side, Webb. Webb takes a dribble drive along the baseline, sends it out to Ace. Your shot blocked, no. And it'd be a little activity underneath with Jade Brown getting the wrist.
She'll pick up her third foul. Team's fourth now against Cheyenne East.
Fonseca will come back in. It will be Ace at the line to shoot two. She is 0 for 2. And now 1 for 3.
The Cheyenne East team that, again, both sides of the basketball, again, phenomenal. And looking for win number 46 in a row.
Second shot on the way, also drills it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And it's 40-17. Schlabs.
Yeah, no shot clock in the high school ranks here in the state.
Yeah, East can be very patient, which they are. Peyton Hall back in. Fonseca also back in. Her jumper from 13, no good. Hall crashes the boards. How about that one? Now double teamed underneath. Throws it in the hands of Haas. Ends up in the hands of Fonseca. Fonseca sends it back out. Liljedahl for a long range three. Bang!
Team's starting to become unconscious from the land of three.
As Liljedahl hitting the tray. 2:20 to go. It's 43-16. Far side. It'll be Webb. Webb trying to get past Fonseca. Running right hand in and out from the baseline. Fonseca comes down the rebound into the hands of Schlab. Schlab's on a bounce to Haas with the left hand. Left is short. Rebound comes down quickly into the hands of Ace. She pushes it up with a $1.55 to go here in the quarter. Brewster off the shoes and into the hands as they got it to Ace, and it was off her shoe and picked up by Hall. East comes down with Liljedahl for a three. That one rimmed out. Ball tapped around. Hall hits the deck. Loose ball picked up by Anderson, and she'll fire it over to Webb. Webb sends it back to Brewster. Anderson, far side. Anderson wanted to get inside. Hall trying to pick her pocket and harassing her, and she can't even get a shot off, so she has to drop it back into Ace's hands. Ace wants to get inside, throws it up the right hand, will draw the harm. Either Liljedahl or the reach-in will be on Schlabs.
Be the 15th foul whistle against Cheyenne East.
It'll be on Liljedahl.
She'll pick up her third foul. And good man-on-man defense there by Cheyenne East, similar to what we saw down at Greeley by Cheyenne Central.
Well, they have Liljedahl with 2. First shot is no good by Ace. All her scoring on free throws here in the quarter. She's 2 of 5. Schlabs will get her first break of the quarter. Second shot on the way. That one is good. 3 of 6. Harris will come in for Ace.
Again, after this game wraps up, we'll have boys action between Cheyenne East and Rock Springs.
So DeLong back into the lineup along with Booth for Cheyenne East. So Liljedahl along with Schlabs getting a little break. Long range three by Hall. That one misses the mark. Good job by Fonseca to keep it alive to Haas. Her shot is no good. Again, battling inside with the tall tipper. Loose ball picked up by Fonseca to Hall. Hall into the corner to Haas. Now to Fonseca. Fonseca leaning with the layup off the glass, or the little tap off the window. And nice job by Fonseca. That's the way to use the body inside. 45-18. Webb dumps it back into Brewster's hand, bumps into Fonseca. Nice job defensively. That alters the shot. Fonseca comes down the rebound quickly to Peyton Hall. Hall steps back for a long-range three. That one won't go. Rebound into the hands of Harris. Harris to Brewster with 8 seconds left to go. Quickly to Bernabeu. Bernabeu. Offensive foul. Yeah, blows right over Peyton Hall. And it'll be Bernabeu on the foul.
Second whistle going against Rock Springs.
That's a close one, but it wasn't in the danger zone. But again, Hall was still not totally set.
As you can see, the head coach from Rock Springs, again, just kind of smiling a bit, laughing. Conversation with the official on that side.
Romero Candelaria might be in agreement with me on that, huh? 1 second left. DeLong for three. Long range three. That is no good. After three, East 45, Rock Springs 18, the final 8 minutes. After this 60-second timeout, you're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is now offering a simple way to help make your money work for you. Meridian Trust will now pay 4% interest on their Max Rewards free checking accounts with balances up to $25,000 per month. Get all the details at mymeridiantrust.com or stop by your local Meridian Trust branch with 3 locations in Cheyenne. 4349 East Lincoln Way, 1602 East Prairie Avenue, and downtown at 2223 Warren Avenue. Right now is the perfect time to become a Meridian Trust member. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, where your deposits are safely insured by the NCUA. Be sure to stop in today.
Number 4, Lady Thunderbirds basketball. Lillian on a bounce over to DeLong on the far side. Back on top, they go to Lillian. Lillian, Schlabs. He's starting 5 on the floor. Cassett also out there. Bad pass by Schlabs. That's a rarity. Picked up by Anderson to Webb. Drop it down low to Harris. Took herself a little beyond the standard and throws up an air ball. Pulled down by Cassett quickly. East High on the run. Schlabs almost loses the handle. Gets it back now to Lillian. Fires a bounce pass in and out of the hands of Fonseca. Back-to-back turnovers by East. Harris comes away with it now into the hands of Anderson. Far side, Bernabeu. Bernabeu with a right-hand dribble drive. Throws it up from the baseline, left it short. Good rebound right there by the Lady Tigers. And that would be coming in for her first action is Carly Nandrup. Down low, missing the shot is Fonseca. And the East High Lady Thunderbirds retreat defensively.
It's interesting to see again how long Eric Weston will have his starters out there on the floor for Cheyenne East before he brings him.
Bernabeu with a nice drive and throws one off the window and good and draws the foul. Should be on Fonseca. Or check that on Cassett.
Count the basket, it is good. 16th foul whistled against Cheyenne East. Chance for the old-fashioned 3 here for the Lady Tigers. We're on a bit of a run to start this 4th quarter.
So we'll see Bernabeu at the line. The 5'9" junior misses the free throw, but the rebound in the hands of Nandrup, who loses the handle to Lillian. Lillian falls and gets it off to Schlabs. Schlabs pushed from behind and gets it off the window and good. And we'll go to the line for the old-fashioned 3. Nice assist more than anything from Lillian.
Gotta get falling down, getting that ball up court, you get a beautiful play. Chance for a Let's at least add one opportunity here for Cheyenne East. Third whistle called against Rock Springs there.
Slavs with a pair of trays back in court number 3. And we'll have a lane violation as Bernabeu kind of leaned in just as Slavs was getting ready to throw it up. So another freebie for Brady after the bucket. And that one should convert. That'll come back sometimes and haunt you. So it's a 48-22 score. Webb gets past DeLong. Try to fire it down low, and it's picked off by Lilliadall. Lilliadall to Schlabs. East on a 3-on-2. Down low to Cashlin Haas. Haas fires it out. Long range 3 by DeLong. That won't go. Lilliadall tracks it down far side into the corner. They go to Schlabs. Back on top to DeLong. Izzy into the corner to Schlabs. Haas, turnaround jump shot, partially blocked. Good job defensively that time by Bernabeu. And quickly down court come the Lady Tigers. Anderson loses the ball. How about Schlabs, a no-look steal, and comes up with it. And here come the Lady Thunderbirds on the fly. DeLong almost loses it and then gets it off to Lilliadall. Lilliadall near center court.
Lady Thunderbirds just slowing things down here, killing time off the clock.
5:33 left to go. Haas sends it back out to Fonseca. DeLong now into the hands of Lilliadall. Schlabs for 3. That one won't go. How about a rebound pulled down by Fonseca? Fonseca kicks it into the corner to Lilliadall. Her 3 attempt is no good. Rebound by Nandrup. As she will put it on the bounce to Anderson here in the backcourt. 5:10 to go. Anderson, another bad pass knocked away. East with great anticipation of where the basketball is at all the time. Brown will come back in. Jade Brown for Fonseca. Schlabs will step on out.
Trades like that and many others for Cheyenne East again separates them from the good to the great teams. Again, that's why this team looking to go 7-0 here. Start the season, extend the win streak to 46.
Bryn Biter has checked it. She's a 5'9" sophomore. They've got some good size on this team. Kaylee Lionberger, a 5'7" junior with the basketball, drives inside. Can't get it to go. Harris comes down the rebound, gets her own rebound. Has it blocked? No, it'll be a foul. I think it might be on Haas.
It will be the 7th whistle going against the Lady Thunderbirds. Shooting time for the remainder of this contest for Rock Springs.
Sydney Harris will go to the line. She has 3 points, all in the first quarter, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 48-22, first shot on the way is good. Rock Springs outscoring East here in the quarter, which sometimes don't make a hill of beans, but it's 5-3 in favor of the Lady Tigers. Second shot is also good. East lead is 24. DeLong to Lilliadall. Back over to DeLong. Now on the far side, they go to Brown. Brown flies it back to DeLong. She crosses it over. Booth now to Lilliadall. Lilliadall drives inside, runs into the traffic. Brown puts it down on the floor and still gets it to go as she's bumped into by Harris.
It's aggressive nature on the inside there, using the body and picking up the foul. Again, the back at least basket to fall. 14th foul call against the Lady Tigers there.
Once Jade Brown learns not to put it down on the floor and just drive that baseline, she's going to be a terror, and she will get the old-fashioned 3. The foul again on Harris. That is her second personal.
Lead now, 51-24, advantage Cheyenne East.
I'll tell you what, that's a big-time freshman move, though. Drive along the baseline by Bernabeu, kicks it out, long-range 3, air ball, loose on the floor. Haas comes away with it after the missed shot by Lionberger. And it will be East High basketball with 4:10 left to go on the Taco John scoreboard. Booth flips it back to DeLong, now to Lilliadall. Long-range NBA 3 as she will hit the deck after the Lionberger foul, and we'll see her 3 times at the line for Cheyenne East.
As that'll be the 5th whistle called against Rock Springs. And actually, they're going to say, hey, that was not in the act of shooting. They're going to say Cheyenne East is now going to inbound.
So it was after. So she didn't flop after, huh?
Either way, Cheyenne East basketball.
Peyton Hall, who's checked back in on the high block. They get over to Haas. Fires it out to DeLong for three. Izzy's air ball. Tracked down by Brown into the corner. They get it to Hall. Back out on top to Booth for three off the back of the iron. Another rebound for Jade Brown. She's got those long, lanky arms, and I'm telling you, she can scoop up a lot of rebounds for the Lady Thunderbirds. Hall, far side with 3:30 to go. Drives inside as they get it to Haas. And there's going to be a whistle.
Another foul picked up by the Lady Tigers. There's 6 so far in the second half. 3:27 remaining in this game.
They're going to be on Bernabeu.
These Lady Thunderbirds looking to move to 7-0. With the loss, as it stands right now, Rock Springs would fall to 2-5.
Haas with 4 points. 2 hoops back in the second quarter. Missing her first free throw. Bernabeu's night might be done as Lady Tigers will bring in Janessa Hansen, 5'7" junior. Second shot on the way. That one is good. East leads 52-24. Hansen brings it over the timeline into the hands of Lionberger. Lionberger now to Nandrup. Nandrup in the lane. Has to fire it back out to Lionberger. Lionberger drugged the foot and travels. Breaks gave out on her. 3:10 left to go in the game.
Ball will go to Cheyenne East, and you got to imagine that they might play a little bit of keep away here to kill some time off the clock. Solidify their 7th victory of the season.
52-24 score. Hall, her pass is tipped away and taken away. Ends up in the hands of Hansen. Hansen to Nandrup, back over to Hansen. With 2:52 left to go, we're going to have a scrum on the floor as Hall will tie up with Hansen. Let's see who the ball is out to. It looks like it will be back in the hands of the Tigers.
It'll stay with the Lady Tigers on the jump ball. 2:48. Time left as we will see some new faces in for Cheyenne East.
Molly Ward will check in. Molly Ward, a 5'7" sophomore, and Peyton Perea, who is a sophomore as well. So yeah, get a chance to clear the bench, as well as Coach Candelaria. Bad pass by Tiana Copeland, a 5'4" sophomore. So for the Lady Tigers, it just continues to get a little worse for them. So for East with 2:35 to go, missed shot. Second attempt is no good by Molly Ward. Battle for the rebound, and it'll be Nandrup coming up with it. She will bounce it over the timeline with 2:22 to go. Finds Copeland. Copeland, there we go, nice bounce pass inside. Missing the bunny though was Biter. She was wide open.
We'll see the hold called on the inside by Cheyenne East. They'll pick up their 18th foul on that one.
As the game slows down, Booth will pick up the foul. Her first.
Again, immediately after this game, we'll have boys action, Rock Springs, Cheyenne East.
So Kiana Fonseca, 5'8" sophomore, on the floor.
And talk about a dominating win by Cheyenne East on the ladies' side here tonight.
Missed shot, and on the one-on-one, and it will be out to the Lady Thunderbirds. So the Lady Thunderbirds trying to milk the clock, but also the youngsters want to get some points. A ball taken away by Copeland. Nice job by Tiana. She will throw the left hand, count the bucket, and the foul will be on Booth.
There'll be a 9th whistle called against the Lady Thunderbirds. Count the basket. Stop the clock with 1:53.
So Copeland looking for the old-fashioned three. It's 52-26. Rusty Horsley will join us quickly after we get done with this contest before the boys' contest. So we'll get him on with our pregame show. Missed free throw by Copeland. And the rebound picked up by Molly Ward. Molly now to Hall. Peyton slowing things down with 1:40 to go. Gets inside. Took an extra step, I would say, and travels.
Another turnover by Cheyenne's, but again, does not take away from the fact that the Lady Thunderbirds will pick up their 7th victory.
Now that
move that much closer to history of 46 in a row.
That would look good in the WNBA or the NBA, that extra step. You can get away with it, but not in high school.
The Euro step that, again, does not play.
Nice underhand layup on the assist. Nandrup from Hanson. So Nandrup with her first points.
Little offensive run here at the end of this contest by the Lady Tigers.
Booth with 71 seconds to go. They'll get it down low to Fonseca. She'll kick it out. Oh, that was Proietti to Fonseca. Proietti now. Molly Ward for 3. How about a rainbow for a tray? Molly Ward hit it a 3. Holy cow. That makes it 55-28. Lionberger. On a bounce over to Nandrup. Staying again outside the arc. Hanson, she'll step back for a 3. That's well off the mark. Rebound pulled down, and a foul down below on Hall as she will foul Nandrup.
Get the whistle called against Cheyenne's. Double bonus for Rock Springs to round out the final 38.3 seconds here of this ball game. As you mentioned, the score 55-28, advantage Cheyenne East. Rock Springs with loss, again falling to 2 and 5.
So Nandrup off the bench has 5 points here in the quarter and a 55-29 score. Boys action to follow, East and Rock Springs as well. Second shot also is good. 55-30. Lady Tigers, at least a lot of fight in them here in the closing moments of this contest. Fonseca, Booth, fires one over. Molly Ward for 3. That one skims off the rim, no good. Kept alive by Fonseca. Fonseca to Booth. Now to Hall. 17 seconds to go. Booth. Ward back to Booth. They tried to force one into Perea. Knocked away, but Ward is there to pick it up. Fires it back out to Booth. And Booth now will just leave it in the hands of Fonseca. Fonseca won't put it up. East wins 55-30 over the Lady Tigers of Rock Springs. 55-30 our final score. We'll be back after a quick 60-second timeout. We'll talk to Rusty Horsley of the Cheyenne Thunderbirds. We're back after the 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
If you own a home or property, you have at some time experienced a systems failure, always at the worst possible time. If that happens to you, just call Merritt Plumbing and Heating at 638-0749. Randy Merritt has over 35 years experience of plumbing and heating service. Merritt Plumbing and Heating and their entire crew have one mission: to provide homeowners and businesses throughout Southeast Wyoming with reliable, affordable, and honest services. For plumbing and heating, commit this name to memory: Merritt Plumbing and Heating. Online at merrittplumbingandheating.com.
MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients.
After a long absence, but home to the Cheyenne Thunderbirds, we get Rusty Horsley here to join us. And sorry we didn't catch you at halftime, so we'll kind of rush this through, but let's talk about your East Side Thunderbirds off to a 6-0 start. What are you expecting from your T-Birds in this tournament? Again, you know, there's almost that ring rust, but again, what are you looking for in this 3-day tourney?
Well, you know, we've had quite a few breaks in between games, and we need a game right now because we've been practicing against each other. The boys get tired of that. So it's going to be good to see what we need to work on again, and then this should be a long grind going into the rest of this year, and so our boys are prepared for that, and we're excited about it.
Let's talk about the 6-0 start. Surprise to you, or again, are they meeting the expectations that you have set forth?
Well, we lost to Resurrection Christian in overtime up there in the championship, so we're 5-1. But you know, which was a great game, but that showed a lot of stuff to us because we were down 12 with 2.5 minutes to go and we had a really good chance of winning it in regulation. So, you know, I really like our boys. Our boys work hard every day, and they're doing a lot of good things right now. I think there's a lot of things that we need to work on, and they know that, but that's why we need games this weekend, and it's nice to be at home.
You know, again, we've always talked about the Southeast. We had a chance to catch up with Central as well as Laramie. We watched them down at the Greeley West tournament. Again, South is under Chad DeBrien's trying to find their stride. But again, you look at the Southeast, that Central team is going to be one to battle with. Laramie, they kind of fell a little bit off my radar in that loss against Fort Collins, but then again, you get a chance to regroup after the holidays. It looks like it's going to be another tough go at the Southeast again.
Yeah, guaranteed. It's going to be a tough conference, and our kids are going to have to gear up and play every game. Like we're going to have to get better every single game, and they realize that. And so hopefully we'll see tonight. We might be a little rusty to start, but that's okay. We'll just keep working on things, and then after this weekend, we should really be able to take advantage of the stuff that we've done and the package that we put together, and try to work on some things and get better every day.
You know, Coach, you're not the tallest team on the floor, but what I've seen under Rusty Horsley squads over the years, may not be the tallest, but you got some good, serious athletes. You got good speed, you got good outside shooting, and you got kids that just battle for the full course of the ball game. This is a team that has a lot of heart.
Yeah, that's why they're so fun to coach. I think we kind of got it to where we like it now, where kids are going to battle every possession, and when they get in between the lines, it's 5 guys going after it every second of the game.
And finally, we would be remiss without talking about your opponent, the Tigers. You had a chance probably earlier after the first tournament to get a look at them when the East was meeting the West. So again, this is a team that, even on the girls' side, as I was mentioning with Coach Westling, they may not be the top dog year in, year out, but they're always fighting to get into that postseason.
They do. They always bring tough, gritty kids. They're well coached. We usually always have good games with them, and it'll be a good contest tonight. With DeBoer is a good player. They got 2 real solid players, and we're gonna have to shut them down as the best we can, and we'll see what happens. This is a good thing. This is the first time we've really watched film and just scouted a little bit to see if the kids can prepare for that and how they do, and we'll see how it ends at the end.
And in final thought, as I mentioned with Coach Westland as well, you get 3 dates at home. How important is that just for you and your kids just to get acclimated back into basketball after the holidays?
It's really nice because, these kids are so excited to play at home. This is a good gym to play at home. Everybody's pretty excited to be here, and it's a good climate here, so it should be fun for them.
All right, head coach Rusty Horsley joining us on our pregame show as the East High Thunderbirds will be battling the Rock Springs Tigers as we look for the sweep. Lady Thunderbirds victorious in the first contest. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Thanks.
MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151. Supporters of our community. Proud supporters of Cheyenne and community athletes Paige and Zach Lane with Number One Properties would like to wish all the high school and college athletes a successful year on the field and on the court. They have and will continue to support student athletes and are proud to be members of the Cheyenne community. Contact Paige and Zach if you want to sell or buy a home. A special thank you for referrals as well. From your friends at Number One Properties, Paige and Zach Lane. Call 307-214-0827.
Tired of choosing between finances and family time? Platte Valley Bank can help you take care of everything without missing anything. With our online and mobile banking, you can experience immediate access to check your account balance, pay bills, transfer money, and even create a budget. When life has you on the go, Platte Valley Bank makes it simple to take your banking with you. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
So the East Side Lady Thunderbirds victorious in game one, 55-30 over the Lady Tigers. East scored 21 in quarter one, 6 in quarter two, 18 in quarter three, and 10 in quarter number four. They were led by Bowden Liljedahl, 15 points, 14 for Brady Schlapp. Pretty much, the same thing you would hear all season long. Who's going to be atop of the scoring board? Also on the scoring side tonight, 7 points for Taylor Cassidy. 7 points off the bench for Jade Brown. Very impressive, Jade Brown, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, without a doubt, again, Cheyenne getting it done on both at least sides of the basketball. Again, defense was very impressive. Again, the offense kind of came in little spurts here and there. Again, we saw some runs. We saw some impressive kind of points off of turnovers. Again, you mentioned Brown with that 4-point play in a matter of seconds on this end of the floor. Again, this Cheyenne team, again, both sides was phenomenal. Got it done. Again, an impressive victory against Rock Springs, 7-0 on the season. 46-game winning streak, which will continue on tomorrow. As again, this is day one of 3 happening of this James Johnson Winter Classic. Again, Cheyenne playing all 3 of their games here. Central at their field house, and Cheyenne South over the Fight Bison Gymnasium. So again, Cheyenne East, Lady Thunderbirds, number 2 in the land in Class 4A. They are defending 4A state champs for a reason, especially with all that talent.
Feliciana Fonseca had 4 points for the Lady Thunderbirds in tonight's win. 5 points for Cashin Haas and 3 off the bench for Molly Ward. For the Lady Tigers, they scored 9 in the first quarter, 1 in quarter number 2, 8 in quarter number 3. They had their best quarter in quarter number 4. Again, mop-up time. They had 12 points. Let's just run down the scoring real quick. Ashley Anderson had 3. Emma Asay had 9 points. For Vera Bernabou, she had 3 off the bench. 2 points for Ella Brewster. Sydney Harris had 5 points. 6 points for Carly and Andrup off the bench. And for the Lady Tigers, I do believe we had one more. Yeah, we do. She had a bucket off the bench, and that would be Kaylee Lionberger for the Lady Tigers, who we will get to see again coming up on Saturday afternoon as they'll be at Cheyenne Central. So with that being said, we'll get a chance to take a 2-minute timeout. Starting lineups when we come back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
17 years in the community and still striving to offer you the best value in a new vehicle. AJ Miller here for Kia of Cheyenne. Take a look at the new 2023 Kia Sorento. With the 2023 Kia Sorento, you have a choice of 3 models, 8 different trims, and 4 different all-weather drive modes. Some available features include 281 horsepower, 20-inch wheels, remote start, and climate control. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com, and we'll make it easy.
Shake up how you wake up with a bolder breakfast at Taco John's. Hit snooze on the same old, and bite into crispy potato olays, bacon, and nacho cheese. It's always a good day for nacho cheese.
Get 2 meat and potato breakfast burritos for just $6, only at Taco John's.
Each of us comes with a different story, a different way of looking at the world. So whatever it is that makes you different will make all the difference. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Starting lineups for game number 2 as the Tigers, they check in at 3-3 on the season for head coach Bill Rosette. And this is the way they are going to line up for game 2. The Tigers will have in the backcourt Cale Anderson. He's a 6-footer. Anderson checks in as a junior. He will be joined in the backcourt by Javon Newman, who's also a 5'10" junior. In the middle will be Dalton Thomas. He is a 6'4" senior. At one wing will be Trenton Butcher. He is a 6'3" senior. At the other wing will be David DeBoer, who is a 6'1" senior. So it will be DeBoer, Thomas, Butcher, Anderson, and Newman for the Tigers. For Cheyenne East, let's check out their starting lineup for Rusty Horsley. He just gave it to us. In the backcourt will be Drew Jackson. He is a 6' junior. He'll be joined by Garrett Schlabs, a 6' senior. In the middle will be Kaiser Jolly, who is a 6'6" senior. At one wing will be Nathan Marich at 6'1". He's a junior. At the other wing will be Coulter McAnally, who's a 6'4" senior. So it's McAnally, Schlabs, Marich, Jackson, and Jolly for the East High Thunderbirds.
Cheyenne East coming into this contest 5-1, number 1 ranked team in Class 4A. Again, they are a powerhouse. Again, a team that made it to the state championship game last year, falling to Thunder Basin. They're looking to get back there and bring back some state championship hardware this season, as their lady counterparts did again last year. So again, Cheyenne East 5-1 so far, number 1 ranked in Class 4A.
We will be back after a 3-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and we offer your family the best selection and service in the region with expert advice and quality work done right the first time. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
Before you go flat, you better go fat. Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
Hey guys. He's not wearing anything.
What? Hi, I'd like to order a hot chocolate, please. What? Are you...
Don't fumble with your family dinner tonight. Score extra points at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is wired for football season, and with a menu that won't penalize your pocketbook. Two Doors Down menu selections are perfect for the active family, from gourmet burgers and bottomless fries to soups and salads to the all-new platters, and of course your favorite beverages. Tackle your family's cravings tonight at Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. For full menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, flippin' great burgers since 2009.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971, Burns Insurance is Wyoming's right choice for your insurance needs. Burns Insurance is a trusted choice, full-service, independent insurance agency offering a full range of commercial, agricultural, and personal insurance products through many national and regional carriers. Let our friendly, experienced agents help you find the right product at the right price for your asset protection. Buy the policy, get the agent at Burns Insurance, your right choice. Find Burns Insurance on Facebook or at burnsia.com.
30 years of service and care for Cheyenne and the surrounding area continues at Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service. Hi, this is Larry Proietti for cars in downtown Cheyenne. This is the only place I take my vehicle for service, be it just an oil change, timing belt, checking on my heating air conditioning unit, and even to replace a burnt-out brake light bulb or worn-out windshield wipers. John and his staff are there to take care of most minor repairs. John is even a TechNet professional. What does that mean to you? He's one of the best when it comes to servicing your car or truck. Check out technetprofessional.com today. Open Monday through Friday at 604 West Lincoln Way or call Call Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service for an appointment at 632-0498.
The same scenario as game one. East High will be the visiting team in their own building, so the Tigers will come out in their home whites with the orange numerals and the black outline, a little bit of the orange striping along the shorts. East will be in the travel black uniforms, powder blue numerals, and the white outline. East on the front, and for the Tigers, it'll have their Tigers on the front for Bill Rosette. So, you know, here's the deal, Nick. I'm looking at banners where the Lady Thunderbirds have captured the last 2 state championships, so they're looking for the three-peat for East. It's been a long time since they've been in that talk of state championships. What, 2006, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, apropos again, yeah, last time it was a state championship for Cheyenne East again, was at least helped by the namesake of this tournament with James Johnson leading that team, picking up a title for the Cheyenne East Thunderbirds. Again, James Johnson, who now plays in the National Basketball Association, again, graduate of Cheyenne East High School. But yes, again, Cheyenne East has been close. We've known that of the Thunderbirds that this team, again, was in it last year against Thunder Basin, unfortunately lost to that Bolts team. But again, they made it to the state title game, have just come up just a little bit short. See if this season they can finally get that monkey off their back and get the victory. Again, that is what is Rusty Horsley's hope after, again, having some successful seasons with him at the helm, transferring, at least transitioning from the girls' side of the basketball program here at Cheyenne East to now with the boys' basketball with the East High Thunderbirds.
Well, you know, the interesting thing about the Thunderbirds, they may not be the tallest team, but they're one of the more veteran teams in Class 4A. I mean, these guys have played together for a couple, 3 seasons. I mean, I remember when McAnally was a sophomore, you know, again, Jackson came on as a freshman. Let's see, Jolly has been with them a couple seasons. Schlabs has been on this team since a sophomore. So again, they should have that feel for each other. And again, it's just a matter of, you know, they got some size sprinkled in with some outside shooting, but I just say that these guys have been together for a long time. You should have that little cohesiveness.
Keep an eye on Coulter McAnally, what he can do and what he brings to the table for Cheyenne East, the Post 6 product, the Utah Ute commit.
Tap will come down into the hands of the Tigers as it is Newman, far side to DeBauer. And again, that DeBoer, that's one we'll have to definitely keep our eye on. DeBoer with the basketball. Rusty Horsley with a lot of praise for him. Fires it over to Thomas. Back on top they go to Butcher. Butcher near side to DeBoer. DeBoer wants to get inside. That's cut off. Nice job by Schlabs guarding him. They'll go into the corner with Butcher. Very, very patient offense. How about DeBoer with that big tray? Oh my, from the outside.
Same as the Lady Tigers here for the Tigers, the early lead.
3-0. East missing as they bring it down the floor. Jolly on the miss. Newman. Anderson. Now DeBoer. He'll step back for another tray. That one will not go. And it's tracked down by Schlabs. East going left to right. Across your radio dial. And foul down low. Either DeBoer or it's going to be on Dalton Thomas. Nice job by Mirich with the pump fake underneath.
First team foul called against Rock Springs. Stop the clock, 6:51 in the first quarter. Again, 8-minute quarters here in the high school game.
Nathan Mirich, first shot on the way is good. Was talking with his dad here before the girls game, talking about, you know, next football season. I'll tell you what, that kid's got a good pair of hands too.
Again, yeah,
wide receiver.
Let's not forget, again, Cheyenne East making it to the state title game in Class 4A, eventually losing to Sheridan.
Backcourt pressure. Newman breaks the pressure, drives inside. McAnally you talk about running into a brick wall as they missed the shot, and a little razzle-dazzle by Cheyenne East. Unfortunately, Schlabs laid it up perfectly for Jolly, and he couldn't get it home. Ball knocked out as East battles for the rebound, and it will be out to East on the side here as Schlabs will trigger it in. And we'll get into the Jolly. Jolly with the left hand this time. He will get it off the glass and good.
And as simple as that, Cheyenne East with their first lead of this contest.
Again, backcourt pressure. Newman breaks it and then fires a turnover. as he threw it a little too long and strong for Cale Anderson. And for East, they've scored the last 4 points with 6:21 left to go here in quarter number 1. Mirich, no look pass over to Jackson, far side. Now to Schlabs near center court. Schlabs resetting the offense. Looks like the Tigers coming out in zone. Jackson.
East in no real rush here.
Yeah, they'll go in the corner of Mirich for a 3. That one off the side of the rim. That one look good. Over the back is Jolly. Good job on the board side by Dalton Thomas, who covered it up and got Jolly to commit the personal foul.
Yeah, boxed him out and got the reach. First team foul called against Cheyenne East there.
Thunderbirds. Again, backcourt pressure will take the ball away. Jackson ends up with it, drives inside. Wow, what a burst of speed. And that one rimmed out, but right into the hands of Anderson. Anderson in the backcourt, quickly to DeBoer. DeBoer, he's got some speed. He can fly. Dumps it down low. Ball loose on the floor. Mirich ties up with Thomas. No, they're going to say that Thomas was on the baseline and out.
The ball will go out to the Thunderbirds. 5:34 remaining here in the first. Again, the Cheyenne East team, similar to the Lady Thunderbirds, again, a lot of talent.
Schlabs to Mirich. Mirich gets it over the timeline on a pass over to McAnally. McAnally spin around move. Dumps it back out to Mirich. Mirich crosses it over, and again, I'm not a big fan of those type of passes, Nick, but that time that ended up in the, the first row of the Rock Springs Tigers secondary.
Good crowd on hand.
Second players, I should say.
Good crowd on hand. Do want to mention that here at the Thunderdome. Both contingents of Cheyenne fans and Rock Springs making the trip on over.
Anderson, or Dylan Thomas, that is. Thomas to Newman. Newman misses the shot from short range. McAnally with the board, wipes it clean. To Mirich, back to McAnally, now to Jackson in the near court. Mirich with 4:45 to go in the quarter, can't get inside. Swings it around on the outside to Schlabs. Schlabs to McAnally. McAnally fires it back out. And Schlabs a no-look pass to Mirich. And in and out of the hands, it slips away. And East will turn it over. And missing the shot, coming down court with it was Thomas.
As we've been gridlocked at 4-3 for a while here in this ball game.
Cam Hayes, long-range 3, hit by Mirich.
And that'll end the scoring drought by both teams with a big-time 3.
Yeah, and backcourt pressure again, taken away by Mirich. Mirich to Jackson, he blew the bunny. Jackson had nobody there, and he blew the bunny. Oh, my. And it'll be out to the Tigers. Wow.
Point-blank opportunity there for Shinies. Missed on it, but still, again, the 4-point advantage for Eastside Thunderbirds.
McAnally will step on out. Cam Hayes, by the way, is checked in. He came in for Jolly, and then Jolly.
Do want to mention officials will come together to discuss ball, who, at least if it's going to be East High or with Rock Springs, he'll stay.
Be the Tigers, yeah. He went off the hands of Mirich. I mean, there wasn't really any discussion about that. DeBoer, and he's got some speed. He flies over the timeline, trying to spin around past Schlabs, fade away, can't get it to go. Cleared away, white clean by Kaiser Jolly. Garrett Schlabs behind the back, and Hayes left it short. Boy, I'll tell you what, a couple of buddies that the East High Thunderbirds better work on. Little ring rush for the East from down low. Missed shot by Thomas. That is checked into the corner by Hayes. He picks it up and will give it off to Schlabs.
A lot of high-octane, at least action here, but not a whole lot of points. Similar to what we saw in the girls' contest.
Schlabs, he throws one up and hits nothing but window. Yeah, there's a lot of razzle-dazzle on the floor, I will give you that.
Try to be a little flashy, but unfortunately not come away with points.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah, you're going to do the razzle-dazzle, you better come away with some numbers.
Still Cheyenne East with a 7-3 lead over Rock Springs.
DeBoer over to Thomas, far side. Newman, nice job by Newman as he's going into the paint, running through the paint, and Thomas on a bounce pass hit him perfectly, and they will draw the harm I think it will be on.
As Mirich will pick up his first foul. Team's second called against the Thunderbirds.
So Newman will toe the mark a couple of times. The southpaw eyes it, fires it, and that one skims off to the left.
As Rock Springs still stuck at 3. They have been for quite a few minutes here.
Joey Rail will check in, the 5'10" senior for Cheyenne East. Looking across the way, seeing our good friend Dwayne Salisbury. LCC, try to see if there's any potentials, huh?
I think he's got pick your
taking,
poison.
He's just taking the night off, huh?
I was going to say again, he's got a lot of choices here, especially if he looks towards Cheyenne East.
Newman hits the second free throw attempt, 7-4 our score.
Got a couple Cheyenne East products playing for LCC, especially the Oliver brothers. Same with the McCord twins.
Yeah. Rail fouled just as he gets it over the timeline. He will be fouled by Joey Stoffer, the 5'9" junior. So we got 2:45 to go here in the quarter. East leads 7-4. Again, like I said, a lot of flash, but no points.
East with a 3-point advantage here.
Inbounds will come to Mirich. Mirich on the far side. Can't get inside. Schlabs in the corner. Who's got a lot of speed, and he steps out. As he's driving along the baseline, he steps out, and a turnover by the Thunderbirds.
Again, similar slow start as what the Lady Thunderbirds at least felt. Again, kind of getting that Christmas break rust off.
Stafford pushes it down quickly, dumps it down to Thomas with the left hand, off the window, good. East converged on Stafford and left Thomas wide open.
First basket in quite some time for Rock Springs.
Mirich double team, has the ball knocked away, and I think it was last touched by Cale Anderson.
As it will be ball out to Cheyenne East.
So Drew Jackson will come in for Mirich.
Get a lot of multi-sport athletes, again, familiar faces that we just had this fall.
Yeah, Jackson sends it back out to Schlabs. On a bounce over to Jackson. Flips it back to Rail. Schlabs now to Jackson from 15. That's good. Right at the free throw line. Jackson with the jumper. Good. 9-6 our score. 2-minute mark. Quarter number 1. DeBoer double team. Has his pass tipped. Taken away by McAnally. McAnally to Schlabs. Schlabs a no-looker to Rail. Rail in the corner. Jackson for 3. That one no good. Ball kept alive. Rail comes away with it loose on the floor. Thomas happened to knock it away from him and ends up in the hands of Anderson, who flips it back to Butcher. Trenton Butcher now to DeBoer. DeBoer near center court, back to Butcher. Far side, outside they stay with Anderson. Anderson. Stoffer takes it inside, pull up 14-footer, and that's good. 9-8 our score. Quickly, Rail, his shot rejected, or is it going to be body-to-body contact with Butcher?
Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to call, as that will be the third whistle going against the Tigers. You hear Butcher picking up the foul, his first.
So Joey Rail at the line to shoot a pair. The senior, the southpaw. First shot is no good. Wholesale substitutions coming in for Cheyenne East. Mirich back. Also, we will see Angelo Lannert. Lannert, that is. And Rail's second free throw attempt is no good as well, as that kicks out. Also in is Brendan Bowman, the 6-foot junior. 1 minute to go here in quarter number 3. Newman with the left hand. Almost loses the handle. Being guarded by Jackson, then throws it away. Stoffer went to the left, pass went to the right, and another turnover, and ball out to Cheyenne East.
Here's a key thing for Cheyenne East right now, again on the turnover. Got to equate it to points, even though, again, 1 point advantage right now for the Thunderbirds. 55.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Tigers will bring in Noah Wiedner. Wiedner is a 6'4" senior. So with under a minute to play, Mirich far side. Back over to the hands of Jackson now to Mirich. Crosses it over. Bowman back to Merritt. She'll square for the three. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Lohnert. Lohnert finds Bowman. Lohnert from the baseline. His shot is no good. And a battle for the rebound, and last tapped by Cheyenne East out, and hitting the deck was DeBoer.
Chance
he'll
here.
pick himself up.
Chance here for the Tigers to regain the lead here.
DeBoer with Bowman guarding him. East man-on-man defense. Stauffer keeps it outside the arc and has the ball knocked away. Lohnert. Now check that. Bowman along with DeBoer as they battle for it, and I think it was last touched by Bowman.
Good effort there, though, by the Thunderbirds trying to get after that basketball.
Nice little give and go. How about that one? And a foul. Thomas that time to DeBoer. DeBoer can fly. He can flat out fly as well. The foul will be on East.
Be the third whistle called against Cheyenne East.
Drew Jackson, the culprit. DeBoer at the free throw line. First shot is good. They've held DeBoer in check with only 5 or 4 points here in the quarter.
Tie ball game with that free throw made at 9 apiece.
DeBoer averaging 18 a game, and he now has 5. Tigers have the lead with 17.2 seconds to go.
See how at least Cheyenne East can draw this up, kill off time, and regain the lead.
Backcourt pressure as Bowman gets it over the timeline. Finds Lohnert. Now to Jackson with 7 seconds to go. Jackson battling with Newman, takes it inside, and will draw the block foul. It won't be a shooting situation. Stops the clock with 2.9 seconds to go.
Fourth whistle going to get the Tigers. Rock Springs head coach not too happy with the official that made that call.
Newman will pick up the foul, Javon Newman.
Try to get an explanation as well to what happened on the inside. A lot of contact, a lot of movement. Either way.
Jolly and McAnally will come in, some height. And the inbounds to Jolly, and that one is good. He almost had himself a little too far under the cylinder, so Jolly hits the hoop, and East with the lead 11-10 after 1 period of play. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. A 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range across from Powers Field is a proud sponsor of our high school and LCCC student athletes. Chick-fil-A always offers 2 convenient drive-through lanes to pick up your order if you are on the go. Plus, they have an excellent dining room for the whole family. And remember to order ahead. Use the Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Stop into Chick-fil-A today, open Monday through Saturday, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your home for the real chicken sandwich taste. Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range.
The Eastside Thunderbirds lead 11-10. Last second bucket by Kaiser Jolly. You know, Nick, you look back on the first quarter, and again, a lot of flash, a lot of flair, but when you don't get any results, it's showboating to me.
Yeah, again, it's something that, again, flash and flair is all good and exciting for the fan base and your student section, but again, you got to at least finish on those attempts and, again, get points. Again, Cheyenne East very fortunate and very thankful right now, again, leading by 1 as Rock Springs trying to get back into that contest. Again, had a couple leads. But here we go, again, a 1-point advantage to start the second quarter for the Eastside Thunderbirds.
Eastside starting 5 on the floor. Marriage with the basketball to Schlabs, Jackson along with McAnally and Jolly. Long range 3 by Jackson opens up the quarter as he drills it from the far side. DeBoer. He will try to answer back. He leaves it off the front of the iron short and covered up by McAnally on the rebound. Outlets it quickly to Jackson. Jackson to Schlabs, far side corner. Schlabs on top to McAnally. McAnally wants to take a dribble drive inside. Fires it over to Jolly from the baseline, and he'll hit it from outside.
Nice little 5-0 run to start out the second.
16-10 our score. DeBoer now pretty much has moved to the point. Anderson flips it over in the hands of Butcher. Butcher wants to get inside. That's cut off by McAnally. Easton man-on-man smothering defense. Anderson hold everything, got a timeout call by the Tigers. 7 minutes to go on the Taco John scoreboard. East 16 and Rock Springs 10. We're back after the 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Wisdom, expertise, compassion, qualities that are the foundation of Cheyenne Urological, with their experienced doctors and their highly trained staff providing top-quality treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. You can trust Cheyenne Urological to give you the highest quality urinary care. Now offering the latest in robotic surgery, call Cheyenne Urological at 635-4131. That's 635-4131.
Welcome back as we get ready to return to action. Unfortunately, we couldn't get our replay in. We just missed it. Thomas will kiss one off the window for the Tigers as they finally score here in the quarter. And in the backcourt, the Thunderbirds turn it over. Between Schlabs and McAnally, and they can't get it in play. Anderson to Thomas. And hands it back to Anderson on the near side, right down in front of us. DeBoer between the rings. Far side, Thomas now on top. They go to Anderson for a lock and load three. That one pinballed out right into the hands of Jolly to Jackson, back to Jolly. Jolly now to Schlabs. Schlabs with the left-hand dribble, kicks it over to McAnally, drives along the baseline, and will draw the offensive charge as he bowls over DeBoer.
He'll pick up the foul. That'll be a fourth whistle called against Cheyenne East. Both teams with 4 fouls here in this second half,
East
or at least first half.
East holding on to a 16-12 lead here in the first half. Anderson over to Thomas. Now on top. They go to Newman. Newman, a little fade away from just past the stripe. Quickly down court, Jackson to Mirich, who lost the handle, still lost the handle. Gets it back, finds Jolly now to McAnally. McAnally kicks it back out to Mirich on the far side, now to Jolly. Jolly top of the key, drops it over here on the near side as they keep it way outside to Jackson now to Schlabs. Schlabs with the right hand bounce to Jackson down low, can't get it to go. East has had their opportunity down below, Nick, and they have not converted on most of them. DeBoer over to Anderson. Anderson trying to get inside, then underhands one on the wing to Butcher. Butcher to DeBoer, look at him, he just flew right through everybody. And nobody could stop DeBoer with the easy layup.
Nice little battle here, back and forth between these two.
16-14 our score.
Again, Cheyenne East, the #1 team in Class 4A. Rock Springs getting a few votes, but outside of the top 5, sitting at 3-3.
T-Birds almost losing it as it was knocked out. Inside, they'll go to McAnally. McAnally with the right hand hits it off the back of the iron. That is no good. And the rebound comes down to Butcher. Butcher to Newman, and a chance for the Tigers to tie it up. Anderson, Cale Anderson on the far side. Now to Thomas. Thomas, bad pass, knocked away by Jackson. Hold everything. And I do believe Newman, who had a piece of the basketball, stepped on the side here right in front of us. Official right there to call it.
Ball out to East High. That again has been stuck at 16. Still have the 2-point advantage.
Schlabs with the left hand. Terminates the dribble. To Jolly along the baseline as DeBoer flies down on the deck. Got to see who that is. I think that's going to be on McAnally for the moving screen.
It'll be McAnally's second. 16th foul called against Cheyenne East.
4:29 to go. It's still a 16-14 score. They get the pass into DeBoer. Backcourt pressure applied by East now. Quickly, DeBoer gets inside. No look pass down low. Thomas will finish it off. Nice assist by Dalton Thomas, and DeBoer setting that up. Schlabs along the baseline, finds in the corner. Hayes, who's checked in. McAnally over to Mirich for three. That one will not fly. And a rebound pulled down by Thomas. Quickly, they outlet it to Newman. Newman to DeBoer for three. That one won't go. Cleared away by Cam Hayes. Hayes to Jackson. Jackson to Schlabs along the baseline. Tried to do a reverse layup. As he will be fouled, it might be on Butcher.
Be the fifth whistle called against Rock Springs. Shooting situation here for Cheyenne East.
So Trenton Butcher picking up his second. It will send Schlabs the line to shoot two. First shot is good as East finally gets off that 16.
Do want to mention again, we talked about Cheyenne East matching up with Thunder Basin in the state championship last year. Do want to send thoughts out to that Bolts team. Again, if you've not heard the news, again, number 3 Max Sorensen passed away over the Christmas holiday break. Thoughts go out to his family and again, Thunder Basin and Gillette community.
Second shot is good. 18-16 our score. It's a shame at that young age, a medical condition that he had. Stauffer. Far side. Thomas on top. Anderson. As they'll lob it down low to Thomas. Thomas, I'll tell you what, very muscular kid. And I'll tell you what, he's basically making sure that nobody's going to stop him down low. Jackson over to Mirich. Far side, Schlabs in the corner to Hayes for three. That won't go. Jolly comes down the rebound, put it on the floor, misses the shot, rebound, put back up by Cam Hayes.
Score 19-18, advantage Cheyenne East.
Bad pass by Stauffer. Goes into the backcourt and we'll have an over and back call.
Ball out to the east side, Thunderbirds with that turnover.
Braille will check back in. We'll also see Bowman in for Cheyenne East with 2:43 go. You got 20. I got 2016. What do they have?
Should be 19-18. Again, they made one free throw, and again the basket made by East, and again Rock Springs made the basket.
Braille trying to get inside, has to send it back out on top to Hayes. Fade away by Jolly from inside the paint. Can't get it to go. Thomas with another board to the board. Now they make it 20-18, Nick.
I'm going to stick with the 19, see if they adjust that.
Shot partially blocked. Owen Patterson, the 5'9" junior by Rail, as East with the basketball. Well, Schlabs did make both free throws, oh, by the way, if you're interested. Drew Jackson for a trifecta from the outside far side. And the Thunderbirds now with a 23-18 lead. And that's what I have, Nick.
No, that's what I got too.
$1.50 left to go. Inside, a little pull of 15-footer by Patterson, and that's good.
A lot of high-powered action here, offense by both teams.
Quickly down court come the East High Thunderbirds. Hayes with yet another bucket. And for the East High Thunderbirds, still continuing on their lead, a whistle.
Have a push foul going against Cheyenne East.
So Bowman picks up that foul.
That'll be his first team's 7th whistle against Cheyenne East. So bonus time for Rock Springs.
1:32 left to go here in the half. T-Birds up by 5. Stauffer trying to get the pass in, knocked away by Schlabs. Coach Rosette kind of a little upset with his troops. Nice one, DeBoer, reverse layup. Good by Javon Newman. Quickly down court though. East on the transition. Cam Hayes finds himself wide open and he kisses it off the glass. He's got a half dozen. So the Tigers putting all that effort offensively but forgetting to play a little defense. Stauffer drives inside, bumped into by Rail. And it will be Joey Rail picking up the foul. And at the line will be Joey Stauffer shooting a pair.
Joey Rail, his first.
61 seconds left.
7th whistle going against Cheyenne East.
First shot by Stauffer is good. And it will be Mirich coming back in for Rail. Lead is 4 for East. Second shot on the way is good. Now the lead is down to 3. Schlabs. Jackson back to Schlabs. Get it over the timeline to Mirich. Now to Jackson into the corner. Lock and load 3. Bang for Coulter McAnally. Makes it a 30-24 score. Quickly, Stauffer pushing it up. Throws it into the hands of Jackson. Drops it back into the hands of McAnally as Jackson crashed into the padding. And that's the good news. It's padding here at East High. Jackson. And will be called for the charge as he was down the baseline driving, and Newman stepped in front of him. So for Jackson, that will be his second personal.
Team's 8th whistle against Cheyenne East. Again, Rock Springs in the bonus.
So trying to protect Jackson. Bowman will come back in for Jackson with 29.5 seconds to go. Anderson pulls the trigger to Thomas as Newman slips, but it ends up in the hands of Stauffer. Now to DeBoer. DeBoer, good body movement inside. And again, body control to put it off the glass and good. And makes it 30-26. McAnally pushed from behind by Newman. And I'm looking at Newman going, he's kind of like debating that he shouldn't have the foul call. And we pushed him from behind. You can see it from here.
Either way, foul's going to go against Rock Springs. They'll pick up their team 6 on that one as Coulter McAnally will be at the line.
Yeah,
whistles really starting to mount up here in the second quarter.
So Mac will be shooting one and penalty.
They're going to say no, he was not in the act. So instead it's going to be ball out to Cheyenne East instead.
No, I thought it was a 7th myself. So the inbounds will come from Mirich. Schlabs. Bowman back to Mirich. Mirich takes it inside with the right hand, can't get it to go. Kept alive by Bowman, knocked out by Mirich with 1.2 seconds to go. Long pass by Stauffer. How about to Thomas? And blocked by McAnally. Wow, Thomas had an easy hoop, and McAnally flew down the floor and blocked it at the last possible second before the horn goes off. East 30. Rock Springs 26 at halftime. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Wisdom, expertise, compassion.
Larry Proietti for Cheyenne Pack and Ship. Remember, Jeff and his expert crew will make sure your package is prepared with the most professional care and will arrive to its destination on time. Cheyenne Pack and Ship offers many other specialty services as well, including private mailboxes, notary services, fax, email, copy services, and courier services. Big or small, they pack and ship it all. Cheyenne Pack and Ship at 3901 East Pershing Boulevard. Call for more information at 307-632-9600.
At the Cheyenne Regional Heart and Vascular Institute, you're welcomed with the warmth of a community hospital and cared for with help from the most advanced technology in the industry. With our full spectrum of in-house heart services and procedures, you can get the treatment you need, recover, and get right back out there, all while remaining close to home. Find out more at CheyenneRegional.org/heart.
Do you like to keep your deposits local while maximizing your returns? Come check out our top-tier rates at First Tier Bank, conveniently located on Stillwater Avenue and in the heart of downtown at 18th and Cary. We look forward to serving all your financial needs. Member FDIC. Visit Halliday Subaru in Cheyenne. At Halliday Subaru, you'll find one of the largest Subaru selections in Wyoming, always at low Halliday common sense prices, including the most popular Subaru models like Outback, Forester, and the Ascent. View lease and finance specials online at HallidaySubaru.com. Then visit Halliday Subaru, Westland Road, Motor City, Cheyenne. Experience the Halliday difference, the beginning of hassle-free driving.
Come see how the Halliday difference can make a big difference for you. The Halliday difference.
Back to the Thunderdome, where East looking for the sweep, both girls and boys. Boys leading 30-26 at the intermission. We get a chance now to talk to girls head coach Eric Westland. And one of the things I really liked about your East High Lady Thunderbirds in today's win against the Lady Tigers, yeah, Bowden and Brady, you expect nothing but top flight out of them. But those that have not been a part of those state championships, Jade Brown, Haas, all of these young ladies, my goodness, they're thirsty for it as well.
Yeah, they are, and they've got. We're very fortunate that we've got kids that have been there. And what's great about those younger kids that are watching them is they're learning all the time. I just a little aside, we're in practice and Cash looks at Bo Box on and she goes, "Oh, that's how you do it." And I'm going, exactly. So really impressed with those kids.
And also, too, I don't want to take away from Izzy DeLong.
Oh, yeah.
I called her a pest. I mean, that's basically what she is on the floor for opposition. We know what Bowden and Brady can do, but I'm telling you what, Izzy DeLong is going to cause a lot of problems for anybody handling the basketball.
She really is. We can hang her hat on her defense, and she just does a lot of those little things, those intangibles that help you be a great basketball team. So.
It was interesting, too, because you looked at the Lady Tigers, physical, got some strength. They did panic a little bit with the East High press, which most teams do. But I really liked how your team battled. They were not intimidated by the size of the Lady Tigers, and they fought. And again, I throw Jade Brown in there when she came in. Was not intimidated at all.
Yeah, I really think they're starting to get it, and that's such a leap from an 8th grade season to varsity basketball with the kind of girls they're playing. But they keep growing and they keep impressing. So I was really proud of Jade today. Really attacked the boards. Loved her game today.
And I don't want to take anything away from Fonseca and Cassett too. Again, you have. I guess what I'd like to use from the old wrestling term, you got the total package. It kind of makes you like, okay, I got 5 on the floor. Who do I put in? And it seems like every chess puzzle you put in right now is the right piece.
Yeah, and that's for us as a staff, what a great thing to figure out how we want to adjust and figure out how we play best. And we've been very pleased with whatever piece we put in. They're producing for us, so pretty exciting.
Look ahead towards tomorrow, looking for that same type of intensity. And again, there's no easy night. And again, too, for these young ladies, they're coming back like all the other teams are after Christmas break. You're asking them to play 3 dates in a row. Are you looking for that same type of intensity? What are you looking for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, same type of intensity. Natrona likes to get up and down as well, so we're going to have to bring it on both ends offensively as well. They'll press us a little bit, so we've got to match that intensity, and these are great opportunities for us these 3 days in a row, because where we want to be at the end of the year, you got to simulate that now, figure that out.
And what I like about the Phillies coming in, even though they've moved over to the West this year, and with the Phillies, though, they're always a top-tier team. Yes. So, again, when we look at northern teams like Sheridan, Thunder Base, and Gillette, we can roll right down that list. But I think the Phillies for you would probably be a good acid test to see where you're at amongst those eastern northern teams.
100%. We got Campbell. Campbell gave us everything we wanted, and so we're looking for the same thing from the Phillies. And like we talked about earlier, those are the games you want right now. You want to see where you are and how you can be or who you can be. So we're excited for those teams.
Coach, congratulations. Nice win by your Lady Thunderbirds. And, well, you know what? I hate to say it. Everybody else is saying it. 46 in a row. That unbelievable. I mean, you sit down on the bench and again, you're all about getting banners here into the Thunderdome. But, I mean, That's something that's truly remarkable.
It really is, and it just is so many people so many players. I just saw Kara Walsh in the hall, and I'm going, this is part of you, and so it's such a special thing for this place, and it is exciting, but we'll keep going, see what we can do. All
right, head coach Eric Westling join us on our post-game halftime show. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with more right here on 1480 KRAE.
For nearly 30 years, family-owned and operated Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, has been serving our community with quality and customer satisfaction. It's a pretty simple drill. When you want it done right the first time, call Lennox Auto Body for an appointment at 307-634-6608. Lennox Auto Body at 1020 Dunn Avenue. And the Auto Glass and Detail Center. Remember, it's not clean until it's Lennox clean at 617 East Pershing Boulevard.
Lennox Auto Body. No shortcuts, no compromise.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is now offering a simple way to help make your money work for you. Meridian Trust will now pay 4% interest on their Max Rewards free checking accounts with balances up to $25,000 per month. Get all the details at mymeridiantrust.com or stop by your local Meridian Trust branch with 3 locations in Cheyenne. 4349 East Lincoln Way, 1602 East Prairie Avenue, and downtown at 2223 Warren Avenue. Right now is the perfect time to become a Meridian Trust member. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, where your deposits are safely insured by the NCUA. Be sure to stop in today.
If you own a home or property, you have at some time experienced a systems failure, always at the worst possible time. If that happens to you, just call Merritt Plumbing and Heating at 638-0749. Randy Merritt has over 35 years experience of plumbing and heating service. Merritt Plumbing and Heating and their entire crew have one mission: to provide homeowners and businesses throughout Southeast Wyoming with reliable, affordable, and honest services. For plumbing and heating, commit this name to memory: Merritt Plumbing and Heating. Online at merrittplumbingandheating.com.
The Thunderdome. We do want to take this opportunity to thank all our fine sponsors. Welcome on board the United States Air Force, Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, MHB, LLP, Mondello's Pizzeria, Lennox Auto Body, the Auto Glass and Detail Center, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range, Holiday Motors, Platte Valley Bank, 2 Doors Down, Merritt Plumbing and Heating, Cheyenne Neurological, Cheyenne Package Ship, Gill Window Company, Key of Cheyenne, Wyoming Department of Transportation, First Tier Bank, Burns Insurance Company, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, Medicap Pharmacy, Page and Zach Lane, at Number 1 Properties and Taco John's, our scoreboard sponsor. Earlier was the East High Lady Thunderbirds, 20-55-30. As we're getting ready to wrap up intermission, 30-26, East leading Rock Springs. For East, 3 points for Colder McAnally, 2 points for Garrett Schlabs, 5 for Nathan Marriage, 8 for Drew Jackson, 6 for Cam Hayes, 6 points for Kaiser Jolly, 4 for Joey Stauffer, 2 for Owen Patterson. David DeBoer had, had 9 points, 8 points for Dalton Thomas, and for Javon Newman, 3 points in the first half.
We got a nice battle between these two. Again, Cheyenne East, Rock Springs here at the Thunderdome. Again, a 4-point advantage for Cheyenne East. See if they can clean up some of the turnovers and, again, kind of have that offensive explosion that we saw in the second.
Nice ball movement that time on a give and go from Thomas to DeBoer, and spotted underneath is, and kissing it off the glass for the Tigers was Butcher as he finishes it off. Ball knocked out across the way.
They're going to have a hip check foul call against Rock Springs, so their first of the half.
As we'll get to that foul, bad pass by Schlabs, and luckily Jackson's there to pick it up. Crossing it over, Merritt, Schlabs into McAnally in the corner for 3. That one goes, skims off the rim. Merritt comes down the rebound. Pump fakes, has it partially blocked by Thomas, as it will be the Tigers coming away with it. The foul, by the way, was on Anderson, his first. Newman with a chance for the Tigers to tie or take the lead. Long range 3, that won't go. Rebound comes out long to Schlabs. No look pass to Jolly. High off the glass, that won't go. Schlabs comes down with a board. And he'll fire back out to McAnally, to Jackson, lock and load for three. That one is no good. Front of the iron, covered up nicely by Butcher. Butcher quickly to DeBoer. DeBoer to Newman down court, and Jackson flying down and knocks it away from Newman, and then fires it off his knees and out to the East High Thunderbirds. Oh, fast and furious action.
Cheyenne's, who now has a 2-point advantage. And number one team in Class 4A, 5-1 mark. Team that made it to the state championship game last year.
Schlabs drives inside and will draw the foul. And I think it was more body contact than anything, so the foul will be on Thomas.
Second whistle going against the Tigers. And on the inside there, a little contact.
As I say, that's only the first on Dalton Thomas. Garrett Schlabs will toe the mark a couple of times. First shot is no good. He's 2 of 3.
Again, we talk about basketball being healthy in this part of the world. Again, boys and girls, including both Cheyenne teams, are right now looking to at least be a little mortal here against Rock Springs.
Again, missing those bunnies underneath as the second shot is no good. McAnally snuck in, couldn't get it to go. DeBoer loses his balance in the paint and hold everything. We're going to get a timeout called by the Tigers as DeBoer was losing his balance inside. 6:33 left to go, quarter number 3. It's 30-28 in favor of the Thunderbirds. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151.
Welcome you back to the Thunderdome. We are just underway in quarter number 3. About a minute and 27 has expired of these 8-minute quarters, so 6:33 to go.
This is day one, night one. 2 games under her belt. Again, Cheyenne's taking on Rock Springs tomorrow. We'll be in action at Cheyenne South.
DeBoer will get it in to Butcher, and Butcher tried to slam one up. He didn't have any arc to it and couldn't get it to bank. For Cheyenne East, looks like another one and done from the corner as they come down on transition, as it'll be Marich missed in the trifecta. Newman over to Butcher. Butcher. Anderson, far side. Newman, pull up with the left hand, can't get it to go. Both teams ice cold. Jolly caught up in the backcourt and bumps into DeBoer. And you gotta like DeBoer. He is all over the place, and Jolly bumps into him and will travel with it. You know, guys are Jolly. This is one element of Cheyenne East. At 6'6", he's got to step up his game. He's got to take it to that next level. No look pass from Thomas to DeBoer. I like that little give and go. And DeBoer finishes it off.
And just like that, we're tied 30 apiece. This Rock Springs team, again, putting down a phenomenal fight on the road.
Jackson. Cam Hayes, who's checked in, to Schlabs with a running right hand, and that one will float in. East answering back with a 32-30 lead. Newman getting the screen from Thomas, and then we'll bypass the screen to Butcher, now to DeBoer, steps back for the tray. How about that one? Nice bank home. Wow.
And the Tigers regain the lead, up by 1.
33-32. Schlabs, Jackson as they break the press.
As the Thunderdome a little quiet now, stunned of their T-Birds being down.
Hayes to Schlabs. Jackson back to Hayes in the corner for 3. Bang! And a trifecta for Cam Hayes. So he answers right back with a 35-33 score. DeBoer, he'll step back for a long-range 3, and he answers right back.
As Tigers really stepping it up from range.
That's a young man that's going to have a little career in hoops after on the next level. Hayes hitting the floor, bumped into, I think it might be Thomas.
It'll be the third whistle going against Rock Springs.
Actually, they'll say that one was on Anderson.
He'll pick up his second. All 3 whistles in this quarter have gone against Rock Springs.
Cam Hayes will toe the mark a couple of times for East. He has 9, looking for point number 10. First shot on the way is good. And we'll see substitutions for the Tigers. We'll see Owen Patterson, the junior. Also back in is Noah Wiedner. Wiedner checks in, 6'4". Second shot by Hayes. That one is no good. Tapped out by Jolly.
Ball will go to the Rock Springs Tigers.
We're tied at 36. Patterson to Stoffer in the backcourt. Stoffer gets it over the timeline. Beats Schlabs, picks his pocket. He's got DeBoer to beat and reverse the layup and up and in. All that time he had his eye on DeBoer trailing him.
Beautiful, at least just transition there by Schlabs getting the basket. Inbound attempt by Rock Springs. Instead equates to a turnover by the Tigers. A ball out to Cheyenne East here.
And the Thunderbirds will get the ball right back on the turnover. 38-36 our score. Schlabs, the trigger man, has to send it out on top to Hayes. Now to Jackson, far side. Jackson back on top to McAnally's checked back in on him. Tried to get it on the high block to Jolly, who's fouled from behind. That foul will be on Wiedner.
That'll be the 4th whistle call against the Tigers. Foul starting to mount up fast for Rock Springs here.
4-minute mark. Inbounds, corner, long range three. Bang for Cam Hayes.
Nice little cushion here for Cheyenne East as the lead extends for them.
Hayes off the bench here in this quarter with 7 points alone. Patterson, Newman staying outside. DeBoer the left hand on top. They go to Newman for 3. Off the front of the iron, no good. Jolly gets the handle to Hayes. Jackson tried to put it up and in. And he will draw the body contact with Newman.
And hear the audible groan from the bench of Rock Springs. Not happy with that one. 15th foul whistle against the Tigers.
Well, you weren't going to get a charge, first and foremost, because Newman was up in the air with Jackson. I think they were looking for the clean block, and they didn't get that. So Jackson will be at the line to shoot 2. First shot on the way is nada. No good.
Free throws have been a struggle here tonight for Cheyenne East. Still, though, have the 5-point advantage.
Newman with 3. Joey Rail has checked back in for Cheyenne East. Second shot of the way. That one is good. And Thunderbirds starting to get a little comfortable with a half-dozen-point lead.
That's a little 6-0 run here for the Eastside Thunderbirds.
DeBoer fires over to Wiedner. Wiedner on a bounce to Patterson. Patterson back over to Wiedner. Wiedner tried to force it down low to Thomas. Taken away by Hayes to Jolly. And Jolly loses the handle of the basketball. He was double-teamed. He thought he was grabbed, but he wasn't.
So they're going to say all ball on that one, out of bounds against Thunderbirds.
Butcher checks back in for Wiedner.
Also to a little, at least kind of aired on that, just quick transition by Cheyenne East. A lot of contact, but either way, no call.
3:05 to go here in the third quarter on the Taco John scoreboard. Thomas on the angle, outside. Thought about the 3. Hands it over to DeBoer, push from behind by Jackson. So Jackson's picked up his 3rd.
His 3rd, team's first whistle against Cheyenne East. Stops the clock with 2:52 here left of the 3rd.
Now force Bowman back in. So Bowman will come in for Jackson.
Be interesting to watch this Rock Springs team throughout this season. Again, putting on a beautiful performance here on the road.
Yeah. Inbounds will come to Stoffer.
And as we talk about how dominant the Eastern Conference is, again, this team out of the West.
Butcher on a bounce over to DeBoer for three. That's off the side of the rim. That is no good. Cleaned up by Jolly. Quickly down court. Cheyenne East on the run. Jolly loses it off his shoes. Nice pass, though, by Hayes. Quickly to Marich. Marich on the fly, and he misses the bunny. Boy, how many bunnies have the Thunderbirds missed tonight? DeBoer, he flies into the lane. Thomas drawing the foul on the pump fake. Couldn't get the ball to float into the hoop.
As that'll be the second whistle called against Cheyenne East here.
So Jolly picks up his second foul.
And you talk about the missed opportunities on the inside for Cheyenne East. Again, it's got to be more than 10 here tonight. They have had a lot of good looks. Have just missed, whether it was the razzle-dazzle or, again, just point blank.
First shot by Thomas is good.
First points for the Tigers in quite some time.
He has 9.
They'll end that 6-0 run by Cheyenne East.
Jolly is out, and back in is McAnally. Schlabs also checks in for Rail. Second shot of the way, and that one is no good. Cleaned up and covered up by Hayes. Hayes over to Schlabs. Now to Marich, and Marich will bring it over the timeline with 2:10 to go. Pass tipped away, but back into the hands of Marich. Marich now to Bowman. Bowman over to Schlabs. Schlabs near side as they keep it outside. Schlabs finds a little lane inside and left it short. Might have been altered by Thomas. Stauffer, DeBoer, back to Stauffer, and that one in and out. Rebound pulled down by Bowman, quickly down court, and overshoots Schlabs. Let him just a little too much.
Again, that super quick transition attempt by Cheyenne East, again, has proved a little costly here this evening.
Cale Lissman checks in. He's a 5'8" junior for the Thunderbirds. DeBoer, as he'll give it off to Anderson. Anderson with a $1:38 left to go. Stauffer. East staying man on man. Defensively, DeBoer. He switches off on Lissman and still drains the three.
Make it now 42-40 advantage Cheyenne East.
DeBoer put himself into the 20-point category. He's averaging 18 on the season. 1:14 to go here in the quarter. East with a 2-point advantage, 42-40. Lissman. McAnally hands it over, and again, East having bobble problems. Schlabs gets it back, kicks it over to Bowman for three. Bang! And Brendan Bowman with the trifecta. 45-40, quickly down court come the Tigers. Ball knocked away from Thomas, last touch by Cheyenne East with 48.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, we thought Cheyenne East was going to take care of business pretty handily against this Rock Springs team, but give credit to the Tigers. They've shown up here.
Bad pass, and it was last touch by Bowman as he was battling with Anderson for the basketball.
Ball will stay with Rock Springs.
46.7 seconds to go. They'll give it to Stauffer in the backcourt. Over the timeline now, they'll take a look at the East defense. Patterson throws it right on the waiting arms of Bowman. East with a 2-on-1. Hayes off the window and good. And a big third quarter for Cam Hayes.
7-point lead now for the Thunderbirds.
47-40. Inside, they go to Butcher. Butcher, nice move on Hayes as he'll put it up from short range and answer right back. 14 seconds left to go here in the quarter. East will set it up for one. Lissman in between the loops to Hayes. Back over to Bowman for three. Air ball. Ball loose on the floor. McAnally comes up with it. Can't get it to float in as he throws up an air ball. After three, East leads 47-42. The final 8 minutes after the 60-second timeout you're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Supporters of our community. Proud supporters of Cheyenne and community athletes Paige and Zach Lane with Number One Properties would like to wish all the high school and college athletes a successful year on the field and on the court. They have and will continue to support student athletes and are proud to be members of the Cheyenne community. Contact Paige and Zach if you want to sell or buy a home. A special thank you for referrals as well. From your friends at Number One Properties, Paige and Zach Lane. Call 307-214-0827.
Basketball as we open up quarter number 4. Merritt's right in front of us. We'll trigger it in to Schlabs. Jackson also on the floor along with McAnally, and we'll see Jolly also. Jackson shot blocked down low by DeBoer. And quickly down court, DeBoer fires it into the hands of Newman. Newman will head to the line as he's fouled by Schlabs. Had a step on Schlabs. I think Bill Rosette looking for the hard foul and didn't get it.
Schlabs will pick up his first foul. Team's third, called against Cheyenne East.
Newman will be at the line. First shot on the way is good.
Makes it now 47-43 advantage Cheyenne East. And the Thunderbirds looking to pick up their 6th victory of the season.
As I was watching some Seinfeld, I could say, hello, Newman. Second shot is no good off the front of the iron. And it will be into the hands of the T-Birds. Lead is 4 with 7:40 to go. Mirich runs into the double team, has the ball knocked away, gets it back, and then travels with it inside. He ran into a lot of white shirts. Where were the black shirts at?
Not there to help, and that's why another turnover for Cheyenne East. Ball out to Rock Springs.
Thomas in the backcourt will find Newman.
All Rusty Horsley can do is just kind of cross his arms and shake his head at what he's seeing.
Javon Newman to Thomas on a bounce over to Anderson. Anderson over to Newman. Butcher in the corner far side. And it will be into the hands of DeBoer for 3. That one's skimming off the rim. Kept alive by Butcher, and we got a football game that broke out here on the floor. Holy cow. We got bodies all over the place. We got DeBoer who hit his head on the floor. And we got Bill Rosette who was right in front of all of that.
He's getting into it with one of the officials as well, too, saying, hey, what's going on here? You got to call something there. And again, still getting into with another official now. The ball will be out to Rock Springs.
Yeah, Merritt will come on out. Hayes will check in. And the inbounds will come to Butcher. I'll tell you what, that was interesting development. There was not much to call there because bodies were flying all over the place. Butcher finally gets it into DeBoer's hands. DeBoer bumped into by Jackson. Or is it going to be on Jolly?
Either way, it'll be the 14th foul called against Cheyenne East. They're going to say on Jackson, he'll pick up his 4th foul. That's huge.
Yeah, Jackson went hip to hip with DeBoer.
As Jackson will exit this game for now.
First shot on the way is no good by DeBoer. He had 11 points in quarter number 3 to go along with his 9 prior, so he's at 20. Brendan Bowman will check in for Jackson. Second shot on the way by DeBoer is good.
Guess we're going to have timeout called.
6:40 to go in the game. East clinging to a 47-44 lead. We're back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Proud supporters of Cheyenne and community athletes.
Tired of choosing between finances and family time? Platte Valley Bank can help you take care of everything without missing anything. With our online and mobile banking, you can experience immediate access to check your account balance, pay bills, transfer money, and even create a budget. When life has you on the go, Platte Valley Bank makes it simple to take your banking with you. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
Over to South High School, it will be South High, Lady Fighting Bison, and the Fighting Bison Green River in back-to-back contests, Lady Wolves and the Wolves. We will wrap up the James Johnson Winter Classic on Saturday afternoon, late Saturday afternoon. We'll have a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock start, 4:30 start time in the field house with Cheyenne Central and the same Rock Springs Tigers. So it will be interesting to see how these boys teams match up on Saturday afternoon after 3 days of hardcore basketball. Driving along the baseline, throwing up an air ball is Schlabs, coming down with it quickly are the Tigers. Bad pass. Hayes to Schlabs. Schlabs again taking his eye off the prize, but still kisses it off the glass and good. Nice job by Cam Hayes. You think they've worked that pass pattern before?
Certainly did on the gridiron this fall.
Newman on the high post, they get it into Anderson, who drives inside and will draw the foul. The foul.
It's going to be the 5th whistle going against the Thunderbirds.
McAnally.
McAnally will pick up his 3rd. Coulter McAnally, the Post 6 product. We're going to commit to the University of Utah.
First shot is not in close by Anderson. Lead is 5 for Cheyenne East, 49-44. Again, we'll have Lady Indians, Lady Tigers coming up Saturday afternoon, late Saturday afternoon.
A lot of basketball happening in this part of the world coming up Saturday.
Both free throws missed. Schlabs with the basketball.
Cowboy.
Jolly from about 17, and that one doesn't go. McAnally comes down with the rebound. Foul from behind. And I think that's going to be on Thomas.
That'll be the 6th whistle going against Rock Springs. Want to mention again Saturday as we talk about all, at least high schools in action this Saturday here in town. And over across the hill in Laramie this Saturday at the AA. Cowboys in action hosting San Diego State, the Aztecs.
Coulter McAnally, 3 points. Now has 4 on the scoring log as he's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. DeBoer will have to come back in. DeBoer will check in for Anderson. Day 1, and DeBoer has been kind of beat up a little bit by this T-Bird team, huh? But I'll still, again, he still has put in 21 points. Second shot is also good. Backcourt pressure applied by the T-Birds, leading by 7, 51-44. Pushing it inside, Stuffer loses the handle, and I think he wanted to drop it down and took too much momentum as he goes over and out.
Well, I think he also, too, thought there was more, at least white shirts nearby.
Hayes on a bounce over to Jolly for 3. That long-range 3 won't go, but the long rebound comes out to Hayes. Hayes over to Jolly along the baseline and puts it up over. He can't get it to go. Jolly gets his own rebound and then kisses it off the window. Had good position as Thomas took himself out of position.
Jolly using the height advantage on that inside play.
Stauffer over to Thomas outside. He'll step back for the 3. Can't get it to go. Newman sneaking in for the rebound and then has it knocked away by Schlabs with 4:59 to go.
9-point lead here for the Eastside Thunderbirds, the number 1 team in Class 4A. 5-1 on the season.
53-44. And the Butcher, he has it knocked away by Jolly. Mirich.
Substitution in for Chinese.
Will come in for McAnally.
So Chinese will get a little bit smaller.
From DeBoer to Butcher, and then DeBoer steps back for a 3. That one just a little too much English. Jolly comes down the rebound. He hits the deck, gets it into the hands of Mirich. Schlabs, no look pass taken away by Stauffer. Throws it off the knees of Bowman, saved by Butcher. Quickly to Stauffer, and then we're going to have some activity inside with Stauffer having the basketball wrapped around his thigh, and I think he might have been grabbed by.
It's going to be Schlabs who will pick up his 2nd foul. Team 6 called against Cheyenne East. Stops the clock, 4:37 remaining here in the 4th.
Stauffer, first shot on the way is no good.
And still a 9-point lead here for the Thunderbirds.
Rail along with Jackson coming back in, so we'll see Schlapp sitting down along with Jolly. Second shot on the way, that one is good. It's a 53-45 score. Rail handed it over to Mirich, now to Hayes. Hayes pump fakes, sends it over to Rail. On top they go to Bowman. Bowman, nice move with the left hand, and will draw the foul. Newman or Stauffer?
It'll be the 7th whistle going against Rock Springs. Puts Cheyenne East in the bonus for the remainder of this ball game.
Bowman will head to the line. First shot on the way is no good. Off the backboard.
And free throws have been a struggle here today for the Thunderbirds.
Sorry, back of the iron. Getting past my bedtime now. Second shot is no good as well. And it comes out to Thomas. Thomas quickly to Stauffer. Stauffer hands it over to Butcher. Butcher get inside and throws it off the window a little long and strong. DeBoer comes down the rebound, had a point blank range shot and misses it. Rail up quickly into the hands of Hayes. Hayes, nice balance with his body and kisses it off the glass and good.
Make it now a double-digit lead for the Eastside Thunderbirds.
Here's Stauffer for three. That won't go. Cleared away by Bowman. Bowman outlets it quickly to Hayes. Hayes over Newman. Can't get it to go. DeBoer clears the board. Long down court to Thomas. And Thomas off the glass and good. And a timeout called by Bill Rosette as the Tigers find themselves down by 8. 3:35 to go. 55-47. Back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
17 years, and we're still striving to offer you the best value in a new vehicle. I'm AJ Miller here at Kia of Cheyenne. Come by and see the new 2023 Kia Sportage. 3 models and 7 trims available with powerful engine options, premium interiors, and on-demand tech features. Kia gives you more with an industry-leading warranty and roadside assistance from over 17,000 providers. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
Timeout by the Tigers. They find themselves down by 8. Still a lot of time left to go. Jolly back on the floor along with McAnally. Inbounds will come to Coulter. Coulter to Schlapp. Schlapp's tripped up either by DeBoer or is it going to be on Newman? They're going to call that one on Newman. That should be 4 on him, on Javon Newman.
That will be his 4th, team's 8th whistled now against Rock Springs.
So Schlapp will head to the line. It'll be 1 penalty.
Shooting situation here for the Eastside Thunderbirds. Again, they are in the bonus as referees right now will discuss situation. I'm not sure what.
Who knows?
Again, as Rock Springs pointing to the scoreboard. Again, should realize that, again, East is in the bonus. That was not a shot attempt.
First shot is good. So for Schlapp, thus far, he's got 9 points, looking to get into double digits with his next free throw. The senior eyes it, fires it, and gets. So a couple of key free throws. 57-47. Backcourt pressure, and the Tigers break it. Thomas in the corner far side over to Stauffer. Now to DeBoer. DeBoer wanted a 3, and then he'll send it out to Stauffer for 3. Off the front of the iron, no good. Cleared away by Jackson. Jackson wanted to get it down quickly to Jolly, who broke free. And they had the height advantage on Stauffer, but Jackson couldn't get it to him. Now over to Mirich as they get it over the timeline. Knocked away, but into the hands of Schlapp along the baseline. Fires it in the corner. Jackson for 3. Bang! And a Drew Jackson deciding for a trifecta. 60-47. Bad pass by Butcher as he tried to get it inside. And again, you got the long, gangly arms of 6'4" Coulter McAnally knocking it away and taking it away. East basketball as the ball was knocked out by the Tigers in the backcourt.
Thunderbirds with a 13-point lead. 2:40 remaining here in this game.
Schlapp over the timeline, hands it over to Jackson. Jackson and Mirich for 3. Bang! And back-to-back trifectas by the East High Thunderbirds trying to seal the deal now.
This team is definitely deadly from the land of three.
63-47, DeBoer hands it back over to Butcher. Butcher now to Newman. Newman takes it inside. Off balance, can't get it to go. Cleared away by McAnally quickly to Schlabs. Schlabs off the window and good. And the harm.
Basket is good. Ninth whistle going against the Tigers.
Stauffer's second.
Chance for, again, the old-fashioned three. 65-47 advantage Cheyenne East, as it right now looks like the deal has been sealed for the Eastside Thunderbirds. That, again, should come away with their sixth victory of the season.
Patterson checks back in. We'll see Anderson checking back in. And I think Coach Rosette is pretty much saying, hey, this one might not be in the offing. Second shot for the old-fashioned three, that is, as Schlabs connects. And it's a 66-47 score. Stauffer, double team, throws it into the waiting arms of Cam Hayes, who checked it 4-on-1, and hold everything as Jackson misses the bunny, bodies foul.
As that'll be whistle number 10 against Rock Springs, double bonus for Cheyenne East.
And that'll be 3 now on Stauffer, which is kind of almost a moot point with a $1.54 left.
All it does is just pad stats, add to averages for the Eastside Thunderbirds here.
So Jackson towing the mark for 2. First shot on the way is no good.
Again, free throw, something to be kind of work upon in practice and throughout the season. Again,
it's not bad tonight for Cheyenne East.
Kind of similar to what we saw in Greeley with Cheyenne Central.
Yeah.
Something down the line that, again, they're going to need.
Second shot by Jackson is good. Ball off the shoe of DeBoer. Then they'll send it out for the long-range jumper. Missed by Butcher. Here comes East. Jackson squares for the 3. Bang! And
that kind of seals the fate that Cheyenne East coming away with another victory.
The nail in the coffin.
6-1 overall for the Eastside Thunderbirds. With loss, Rock Springs 3-4.
As they turn it over again, Schlabs with the left hand off the window and good. And now they're starting to make a laugh at us. We'll keep it here. You know, going back to free throw shooting, Nick, you know, for Cheyenne East, looking at through 6 games, Thunderbirds only shooting 58% from the stripe. I mean, again, nothing really to write home about.
You say 50 or 1-5-15?
58, 5-8.
5-8. So, again, some improvement there for Coach Rusty Horsley and his team. Absolutely, especially when, again, it comes down to those close contests. Absolutely, especially once they get into quadrant play and take on this Eastern Conference, where, again, some of those games are going to come down to the wire. Free throws are going to matter. So, something where you can get away with it here against Rock Springs, but again, once you battle against Cheyenne Central, once you take on, again, Laramie, when you take on Thunder Basin, hey, those free throws, that might be the difference maker.
72-47, that is our score. Tigers will bring in Gerald Vivanco, and Vivanco is a 5'10" senior. Inside, Patterson drives and fouled, as we're now going to see some mop-up time. Listman on the floor, Rail on the floor for Cheyenne East. Also for the T-Birds, let's say Angelo Lonert also on the line. I mean, in the contest now. At the line is Patterson.
7th whistle called against Cheyenne East. Both teams, at least that bonus range against Cheyenne East, double bonus.
Unfortunately, we'll probably see more of a slowdown of the game now, because it was pretty high intensity throughout the course. But we're going to see a lot more fouls. Ball comes right over my head and out, so the Thunderbirds turn it over.
Stop the clock with a minute to go here in the 4th.
Exactly, 60 ticks left. So for the Tigers, Hudson Conrad with the basketball, hands it back over to Patterson. Patterson fouled, reach in, Lonert.
And here comes a slowdown, as that'll be the 8th whistle called against Cheyenne East. Shooting situation again for the Tigers.
And that will send Patterson to the line to shoot a pair. be one, and hopefully penalty.
53.6 seconds remain.
First shot is good, and that's why I was saying hopefully penalty, because Patterson last time was 3 of 3 or was 2 of 2, now 3 of 3. And now 4 of 4. 72-51. Again, backcourt pressure. Bowman beats the pressure to Listman. Listman sends it back out to Rail. Rail over to Listman. Listman wanted to get inside, now to Rail. Rail with a left hand from about 12. Can't get it to go. And Patterson with 32 seconds left, wanting to get inside. Spin around move, nice move. And then loses the basketball. Spun around one too many times and lost the hoop, the basketball underneath the hoop.
Clock stops at 28.3 seconds. Cheyenne East inbound to the basketball.
As the Eastside Thunderbirds now with the hoop, the basketball. And it will be off the window and good for Joey Rail with the left hand. 74-51. Again, a lot of different bodies out there. Do want to mention we see Matt Baudendistel on the floor. He is a 6'4" senior. Last time we were seeing him, he was on the offensive line for Chad Goff's Eastside Thunderbirds. Here's a long-range three by Patterson. That won't go. Cleared away by Bowman, and that'll wrap things up. East wins 74-51 to go to 6-1 on the season, and pretty much put it into a different gear in the fourth quarter, as both East High Lady T-Birds and the Eastside Thunderbirds in day one of the James Johnson Winter Classic pick up victories here in the Thunderdome. 74-51 our final score. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
With 6 crunchy beef tacos plus a pound of potato olays, our 6-pack in a pound is perfect for date night, movie night, 1,000-piece puzzle night, camping, tailgates, or any day that ends in Y.
Get $2 off the 6-pack in a pound, only from Taco John's.
Each of us comes with a different story, a different way of looking at the world. So whatever it is that makes you different will make all the difference. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and we offer your family the best selection and service in the region with expert advice and quality work done right the first time. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
Before you go flat, you better go fat. Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
Thunderdome, where it's a clean sweep for the East High Lady Thunderbirds, as well as the T-Birds, and the T-Birds and the Nightcap winning 74-51, Nick. Impressive second half, which started out very slow. The T-Birds end up outscoring the Tigers 44-25, 27-9 alone in the fourth quarter.
Well, give credit to this Rock Springs team again for about a good 3 quarters. Again, we're competitive, had a couple leads against Cheyenne East, but Cheyenne East really took advantage again, really stepping it up to that next level in the fourth. And again, at least, you know, it's something that, again, we talk about the Eastern Conference of just how dominant it's going to be throughout this conference, or at least throughout the conference season. I still believe that is correct. But again, Rock Springs showed a lot, kind of proved a lot that this is a team, keep an eye out, see how they fare in their regional tournament and throughout their conference play. And that might be a team that Cheyenne East could face against in that state tournament where, again, it was competitive ball for about a good 3 quarters and, 3 and about half quarters.
I look at the Thunderbirds, and I have question marks. And again, if they're going to add another number to that banner, they've got some things they got to shore up. Yeah. I think big guy, Kaiser Jolly, has got to really pick up his game.
Yeah.
I think after
he's got to establish himself as a big guy again, where we saw him take a lot of 3-point outside shooting, which again, nothing wrong with that. But again, he's got to use that height advantage as he's going to, again, when he sees the likes of against Central or Cheyenne South, where again, that height is going to be big on the inside. Yeah, he's got to establish.
And I'm going to say the depth. I think the depth is a little, after Cam Hayes, it's okay. It's not great.
Yeah, something that Coach Horsley is going to have to figure out and address and kind of build upon throughout the season, without a doubt. They do have, again, it's a team that is sitting 6-1, number 1 ranked according to the media and coaches poll in Class 4A, but it's a team that does have its flaws right now. Again, it's a team that is far from being a state title contender in our eyes, especially, again, what we saw with Cheyenne Central on the boys' side do down in Greeley. Without a doubt, again, this team does have some vulnerabilities, but again, is it more so of the Christmas break kind of hit them and kind of shaking out that ring rust, or is this the true identity of Cheyenne East that we expect for the next upcoming months up until March?
Again, what I saw tonight, I like, but again, as I sit here and try to analyze, and again, I've seen a lot of East High and I've seen a lot of Central and now South basketball in my lifetime, I can see some of the flaws that this team has. That it's right now it may be good, but is it to the talent of Sheridan? Is it to the talent of Thunder Basin?
Cheyenne Central?
Yeah, Campbell County.
Again, where we kind of handing the crown to at least the kind of advantage for both Cheyenne programs, and again, rightfully so for the ladies. They absolutely earned that respect, especially the dominating win that they had earlier against Rock Springs. But again, for the boys, are they the best team in this quadrant? To be determined. Again, what we've seen out of both East and Central, again, we saw 3 contests out of the Indians down there in Greeley, Colorado. You kind of hand after this performance, albeit, again, it's still a good one for Cheyenne East, but if you give me a head-to-head matchup and I had to predict the future, I'd say Cheyenne Central, give them the kind of favoritism.
And what you would give Cheyenne Central the nod is they have a bench.
Yeah.
And right now, the bench is my main concern. Like I said, Cam Hayes, we're going to sit here and look at Cam Hayes. I mean, he came off the bench, 17 points.
Yeah.
That's Kevin McHale numbers from back in the day for those of us that remember Kevin McHale being the 6th man for the Boston Celtics. But again, they're going to have to step it up. Let's run down some of the numbers here. For the Tigers, they were 10 in the first quarter, 16 in quarter number 2, 16 quarter number 3, 9 in quarter number 4. Again, all unofficial stats on my behalf, at least the numbers checked out. 74-51 the final score. Leading scorer was David DeBoer. He had 21 points, 11 points for Dalton Thomas. They've got some problems that they got to definitely shore up too if they're going to be contenders out in the West. Owen Patterson off the bench for the half dozen. Joey Stoffer off the bench for 5. Butcher with 4 points and Javon Newman with 4 points, and then nobody else. Cale Anderson, one of the starters, was held scoreless.
Good effort
this evening.
Good effort, though, by Rock Springs. See how they'll fare Friday and Saturday. Again, we will see this Rock Springs team coming up against Saturday over the field house as they'll take on Cheyenne Central, where could it be a similar outcome? Again, could they give that Indians team a fight? Again, to be determined, especially where, again, the advantage does go to Cheyenne Central, again, being at least here at home. Again, Rock Springs on the road, again, sleeping at least in a hotel bedroom. So we shall see, again, what Rock Springs team shows up Saturday when we do see them again over there at the field house.
For the Cheyenne Thunderbirds, they scored 11 in quarter number 1, 19 in quarter number 2, 17 in quarter number 3. Big burst, 27 in quarter number 4. They were led tonight. They had 3 T-Birds in double figures. Cam Hayes off the bench led the way with 17 points. 16 points for Drew Jackson and 15 points for Garrett Schlabs, and most of those coming in quarter number 4. 8 points for Kaiser Jolly, 8 points for Nathan Mirich, 5 points for Coulter McAnally, and 3 points off the bench for Brendan Bowman. So for the T-Birds, 6-1 in the season. Tigers drop to under the Mendoza line at 3-4.
Quickly, you kind of alluded to it with Jolly again, same with McAnally again. I kind of spotlighted him to see what his efforts could be for Cheyenne East again. It was a good effort, but again, expected more out of those two bigs, again, with their height advantage. See how they develop throughout the season. See if Jolly, again, can establish as that big man presence, again, 6'6" on the inside, where, again, didn't really, or at least, again, tried to, but, again, how many point-blank shots did he and a few others miss, at least tonight, within that paint?
They did rush a lot underneath, and again.
And they tried to be a little too flashy early as well, too. That was kind of the issue, again, trying to be a little, at least, little too sparks on the, at least within that first quarter, which again proved costly.
All right. Well, we don't see head coach Rusty Horsley headed our way, so let's thank all our fine sponsors one last time. And again, we will get ready to return to regular programming. We want to thank the United States Air Force, Mondello's Pizzeria, Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, MHP, LLP, Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range, Lennox Auto Body and the Auto Glass and Detail Center, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, Two Doors Down, Medicap Pharmacy, Halliday Motors, Platte Valley Bank, Merritt Plumbing and Heating, Cheyenne Neurological, Cheyenne Package Ship, Gill Window Company, Key of Cheyenne, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, First Tier Bank, Burns Insurance Company, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, Page and Zach Lane at Number One Properties, and Taco John's our scoreboard sponsor, where the Eastside Thunderbirds in the nightcap pick up the 74-51 win over the Rock Springs Tigers, and earlier it was the Lady T-Birds getting the victory over Rock Springs. I have those numbers here too, Nick. I got papers all over the place here. It is coming.
So you should probably clean them up or organize them somehow.
Well, it'd be nice if you would keep stats, and that would kind
I got busy. I got other things to do on this side as we're providing the visual on here. Again, 1480 KRAE's YouTube channel. Again, so at least encourage folks to go over, subscribe, like our videos. As again, we are broadcasting 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com on the audio side. A video live streaming as we do, as I mentioned, on the YouTube side. Again, tune in tomorrow as, again, you're still hunting for that paper for whatever reason. But, again, we will have
it's 55-30.
We will have Cheyenne South in action, boys and girls action, as they will host and take on the Green River Wolves and Lady Wolves. Again, live from Fight Bison Gymnasium. It will be a 6 and 7:30 tentative time, again, as there will be games before it. So, again, we might go a little short or at least a little long. Who knows? But, again, tentative 6 and 7:30 tomorrow live. Cheyenne South, Green River. Looking forward to it. Again, as it will be day 2 of the James Johnson Winter Classic.
Did I call it 55-30? There you go.
Took you only about 5 minutes.
Yeah, at least I have all my notes correct. All right, well, that's going to wrap things up. We do want to say thank you to, back at the house to Lanny Dasis, pushing the right buttons, and to Nick Proietti, my partner, as we will bring you action again, as Nick mentioned, over at Cheyenne South tomorrow. We will have the Fighting Bison and the Wolves ×2, Lady Wolves and the Lady Fighting Bison, and the Fighting Bison and the Wolves in the nightcap. So with that all being said, final score here as Eastside wins 74-51, ladies win 55-30. Sweep for Cheyenne East, Lady Thunderbirds 7-0 now, and for the T-Birds, they're 6-1. So for Lanny, Nick, I'm Larry Proietti. We now return to regular programming.